All right. All right, we're back. We're back. So we're shooting today. We're shooting two episodes back to back. We just wrapped up Ivan Krusik's episode. So he's actually Billy Helmers came in at the end of Krusik, so Krusik's sticking around for Billy. So now we get
Fuck that guy.
we get double trouble.
Fuck that guy. I don't like him.
Put
either.
your pants back on.
No one fucking likes him.
All right.
Just
man.
keeps cool
So-
in me, man. Just keeps cool in me.
So same crew. So yeah, man. Billy, take us from the start.
Tell us a little bit about yourself.
I was born a poor black child. Half of that's true. You know what, man? I grew up in West Texas. So you always tell people West Texas, and they're like, oh, El Paso. I'm like, no. I grew up in the fucking oil field, man. It looked like Iraq.
Like
bro.
Midland?
Odessa, Midland. Friday Night Lights. You've seen the movie and shit. A little town called Monahans had like 7,000 people. And, my dad's in the oil field. But, yeah, we grew up in a trailer. And, when I was a kid, they used to make fun of me and shit because my old man would take a pair of denim pants and he'd, like, cut denim off of it when my legs were growing. And he'd just fucking sew it to the
Ain't
bottom
grown
of
much,
my
have
cuff.
they?
What's that?
Ain't grown much, have they?
No, fuck off.
I thought you meant they made fun of you because you're gay.
No, that is totally different. That wasn't until later.
That was
man.
cool.
I didn't even hit puberty until I was 12. No, man. So growing up in Monahans, Texas, pretty uneventful. I mean, my mom died when I was 13. So I found
dang.
her.
Whoa.
And that just kind of, I think, possibly started setting me up for the rest of my life, man, because you go through that kind of trauma at a young age and shit like that. Number one, you learn lessons, right? I'm all about learning lessons throughout life. It's like the human mind is fucking amazing. Like anything that happens to you, you can adapt and you can assimilate and you can start to make things make sense, right? So, of course, I didn't know that back then. So my old man, he was married to my mom. We grew up out in the country. Animals, horses,
What'd your dad do for a living?
oil field.
The oil fields?
Yeah, he went to A&M for Bachelor of Science or something. He was going to be something else. But then
Was he a landman?
he was a landman, but he never made the boss. So he
Yeah.
was always working for the landman.
Great damn show.
Great show. I love that show. I watch it. That's where I grew up.
I bet it takes you back a bit, eh?
Oh, I watch it. And yeah,
Yeah.
totally takes me back. So, it's funny because I just my dad had an accident recently, and I ended up going back there with my wife and my son. And as soon as my son got out of the RV, he's like, "Dad, what's that smell?" And I'm like, "That's money, son." I
does
said,
it
"That's
smell
oil.
like?"
It smells like fucking oil."
Does it?
Yeah. Go into my garage.
Yeah.
Go into my garage, and right after I change the oil on my bike, and you'll be able to know. So, anyways, not it was a small town, right? Like typical shit, drinking, partying.
One red light in the middle of town.
Yeah, a couple. A lot of fights. Grew up fighting a lot. Got into I rode bulls. I never played. So this is the thing. Like I'm going to lead up to Buds, right? Like why I became a SEAL and shit. Well, I am not like your typical dude, man. I never played team sports. I tried playing football, but I was too fucking small. I was in West Texas, bro. These dudes had fucking beards like you.
You probably look just like him.
They were your fucking size, bro. I went out and I fucking tried it, man, and I just got fucking hammered. And I was like, no thanks, dude.
Yeah.
I'm not in.
You can be the ball.
Yeah, bro. And I was like, no, man, I'm not gonna play football. So I ended up getting into the rodeo and did okay, but shit, my dad came out and watched me ride a bull one time, and the fucking one time he came out and watched me, I got there's a suicide that you throw onto you wrap your hand, you come through your pinky, and you rosin the shit out of the rope, and your hand will not come out of that unless you pull the rope before you come off the bull.
Yeah.
So I did a suicide because I wanted to stay on the fucker because I wanted to impress my dad.
Uh-oh.
Was he impressed?
He came out. Yeah, he was impressed. Yeah, the bull came out, started spinning. I came off, couldn't come off of him. My hand wouldn't come out of the rig, and he ran me around the arena. And this is high school rodeo, man.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
These fucking
There goes the
these are
reputation.
not professional bullfighters, bro. These are high school kids. They're like, oh, he's fucked. And
Oh, no.
yeah, I got stomped on pretty good, but still survived. And then, yeah, man, I just Monahans, Texas is a good place to be from. I never want, even when I was a young kid, man, I knew like I don't want to hang out here. I don't want to live here.
Yeah.
So I guess my senior year of high school, man, a recruiter came in for the Navy, gave a spiel, and I was like, yeah, man, I'll join the Navy. Fuck it, why not? Top Gun had just come out, and I wanted to be a pilot.
Was this 88?
89 is when I came in. Yeah, it's probably 88.
Damn.
And I wanted to be a pilot. And I was like, so I talked to this recruiter, and I'm like, hey, man, I want to be a pilot. And he's like, oh, great.
100%.
Great. Yeah, 100%. Yeah. And he's like, hey, man.
Sign right here.
His name was Gene Wall.
Yeah, put you in as HT. That's the first step to pilot.
HT. Holtec. That's where you want to
No,
be, son.
man. I went and I started talking to this recruiter and told him I wanted to be a pilot. And he's like, oh, yeah, we just got to get you into the Navy first. We'll bring you in as an aviational structural mechanic, and then you'll know the aircraft from the ground up.
Oh
He goes, you're a sharp guy. You did really good on your ASVAB. I don't know if I fucking did good on my ASVAB. He's like, he goes,
12 out of 94. Pretty good.
right? Yeah. He's like, no, man, look, you know what? You'll sign up for the Seaman Admiral program. Yeah, I'm sure you'll get picked up. And then you'll go to flight school and OCS and you'll be good, and they'll pay for your education. And I was like, yeah, cool, sweet. So 18-year-old Billy fucking joins the Navy to become ultimately a pilot. I went to boot camp. I was gonna be an AMS, but then like third week of boot camp, a dude came in, said, hey, who wants to try out for EOD diver or SEAL? And there was about to be that part of boot camp where you have to go wash dishes or march or whatever the shit you do.
Work week.
And work week, man. I was like, whatever I can do not to do that. Okay. And so, but I'm like, hey, so a diver, they probably dive. What's EOD? And he told me like, well, they're the bomb squad. And I was like, fuck that, dude. That doesn't sound like my jam. And then he talked about being a SEAL, and I was like, what's a fucking SEAL? Never heard of one.
Sleep, eat, and lift.
And he's like, oh, well, those are the guys that plant the bombs. And I was like,
sounds way better.
yeah, it sounds a lot better, man. So I signed up for it, went over, did the PT test or whatever. In San Diego, I went to boot camp here in San Diego. No, I fucking knew that. I'm
But
not
you
gonna tell
can't
you
get
all
on the
this.
SEAL. You could always go EOD after.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. So no, man. Anyways, ended up making it through the test after a failed swim attempt when they kind of pulled me out. I'd never done fucking side stroke. I'm from West Texas, bro.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'd never fucking done side. I hardly swam. We'd go out to the reservoir and we'd have parties. We'd go steal a goat. Fucking go kill it.
Not a lot of chicks there?
Not a lot of chicks. Those goats, though, they're great.
Put a dress on a goat. Same thing.
No, man. But, as far as swimming, I sucked. And I remember they kind of pulled me out with the fucking shepherd hook. They're like, do the side stroke. And I'm like, well, what's side stroke? And they're like, this. They show me. And I go, oh, fuck, okay, cool. I jump in the water, and I start sprinting with this fucking stroke. And I made it like a couple fucking laps, and they're like, get the fuck out. Like, and then so I wasn't the strongest swimmer at that point in my life, but so shit, I went to Bud's. Well, after that, then they made me an electrician's mate, so I went to Chicago to be a electrician's mate, and then met Mark Hawes there.
Damn,
he's the oldest team guy that I've ever known.
Damn,
he's in my class.
Huh?
Mark Hawes was in my class.
No, Joe Hawes.
Joe Hawes, right?
Yeah, he's
Mark
black.
Hawes.
Mark Hawes is black.
Joe Hawes really good.
We had this conversation.
Mark Hawes ain't black.
No, he's not.
From the waist down.
He's a honky. No, he's not. No,
No, he's
We were gonna have him on, and he couldn't get off today.
Oh, really?
He's like, I gotta be at the range. Come on.
No, fuck that guy. He works for the same company as me. No, man, we maintained our relationship. Actually, well, I could tell you that. I have too many fucking stories. Yeah, so I met him, and then we ended up, going through A school, and then went to Bud's. And I never thought for a million fucking years I'd go to Bud's and make it. I just thought it'd be something to do for a while. That is my whole life goal, is just like keep active and keep doing shit. Went there, man, and I just remember, like, I never really fit in with my friends back in Monaghan. And I got to Bud's, dude, and I started seeing these dudes, and I was like, you're a cool fucking cat, man. Like, I like you. I like you. I like you, and I assimilated with that crew so much more because they had like ambition. They wanted to do something better, bigger, whatever.
I never thought about it that way before, but that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they
No,
weren't
man,
coloring books, drinking Coors Light at 16 at the bar playing pool. I get it now.
That's the alternative.
All checks out.
Yeah, no, man. So I don't know, man. Going through buds, I loved it. I fucking loved every day of it. I didn't mind the pain. I liked that shit a lot. And I was a pretty good athlete, you know, at just naturally, I guess. Shit.
Once you learn the side stroke.
So I was in 172. I was in 172 in third phase, which it was back then. It was die phase, and we were going on Christmas leave, Christmas break, and a guy named Dave Tapper, who was the first guy to get killed in Afghanistan. He's a buddy of mine, and then Charles Mosier. He's whatever he's doing now, but those guys.
Is that Doc Mosier?
Not Doc Mosier.
Oh.
No,
That's Norm Mosier.
Okay.
Yeah, it's Norm. Yeah, different dude. Totally different dude. Anyways, this guy. and
Wait,
Dave,
Tommy Tapper was the first guy to get killed. Did he get killed before Fifi?
He's Dave Tapper.
Or sorry, who did I say? Tommy Tapper.
Tommy. No, man,
Yeah.
he's the first guy to get killed in Afghanistan. He was in a
Oh.
Humvee.
That's
You know,
that's
that-
when Retzer got killed too, right?
No, he's the only guy to get shot. He
Oh, no
fucking
shit.
He's driving the fucking Hummer, but you know how small it is, right? So he took his back plate out so he could sit back in the seat a little bit more.
Motherfucker.
And he fucking got shot in the back, man.
Damn.
He was able to call his wife Tracy
Damn.
and tell her, talk to her on the sat phone before he fucking expired.
No way.
Yeah, so yeah. Anyways, anyways, it was Dave and Chuck. They wanted to go at Christmas break. I'm like, I'm gonna fucking stay here. We got like 4 weeks to go to graduate. Pool comp's done. Fucking all this shit's done. Like all we got to do is dives now. Some box dives.
Yeah.
Whatever. I'm fucking in it to win it. And but those cats wanted to go to Gator Gardens. They wanted to go up north to spend time with. I think Chuck's family lived up there or whatever. They wanted me to take them to the train station. I was one of the only dudes in my class that had a car, which is not good because everyone wants to borrow your shit all the time.
Not the train station like Yellow.
Not the train station. No, man. So
Actual train
anyways, I
station.
drove these guys over to Gator Gardens. And Gator Gardens, I mean, it probably wasn't. Was
Where's
it around?
Gator Garden?
Gator Gardens used to rock. It was
Yeah.
the Q zone.
Dude,
on the
yeah.
base.
I saw Quiet Riot there, man.
I saw
Used to be
one
a
street
drink there.
dude.
That's where all the team guys' wives would go whenever their
Oh,
husbands would
no.
deploy and they would
Yeah,
fuck
dude.
bud students.
Oh,
Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah,
Anyways,
that place used to fucking go
it
off.
went
dude.
off, dude.
I was
Big fights, man. Got in big
hitting
fights
this
there.
show every Monday, dude.
so this is on the base, but this is back before
I was
they had-
18.
This
I
is
was
back
able to
before they
drink.
had gate guards on the base, right?
Oh yeah, no,
Wrong.
it was open.
Nope,
Every
wrong,
corner- no,
wrong,
oh, that-
They had
Wrong.
gate guards, but you didn't need an ID to get on.
No,
Ah,
you didn't. Well, on our side, there was not a gate guard
Right.
yet, but on the NAB side,
Oh, they
there
still
was a
have one?
gate guard.
well, after my
And,
time,
and-
there was a
and-
gate guard we rode.
No, yeah. Well, so we went there. Yeah, Gator Gardens was great, though, man. Not to get on
Yeah.
a tangent, but I remember just getting into these big fights. I remember Jeff Green. He was our proctor in one of the phases.
Jeff Green.
I remember he had these two guys in a headlock after he beat their ass, carried them out. He used to be jacked, man. He still,
He's
he
still
never
pretty
lost.
jacked.
But anyways, Jeff
Yeah.
Green was a fucking big old boy. He was cool. Anyways, driving off the base, I'm the DD, man. I'm the designated driver, so I just had like a couple beers, right? So driving off base, they stopped me, and I got fucking Chuck and Dave, and they're in the back of my car just cackling like little bitches. Blah, blah. Fucking booze. They smell like fucking a distillery.
This is going off base, though, right?
This is driving off base
Yeah.
NAB. I got fucking pinged for a DUI.
Damn, dude.
Oh.
I was in third
So
phase.
that's how you made chief.
Yeah. Yeah. You have to have a DUI or a divorce to be a real team guy. And I
That's
guess
what Kelly
I-
Cooper told me.
No, man. So I got a DUI in third phase, and they pulled me out of class 172, and I had to go to XOI mass. And I went, Larry Simmons. He was the XO. And this is
Damn.
the fucking funniest story that I didn't tell for years because I was afraid to tell guys. I end up going into XOI. So I get pulled out of my class. It's the most devastating thing because I've been a good student up to this point. I think I don't even know if I think I failed one run or something. I was a good student.
Yeah.
All my proctors are in the class: Dave Hall, Mwaga Tatia, fucking Jeff Green, all the dudes that were proctors are in there, and they're gonna, witness this thing. And I walked in, and this is in January now that I go to XOI, and I walked in. Thank God I was in my blues, and you'll know why later on, because I go in there, and Larry Simmons is sitting at his fucking desk, and I'm like, EMFN Helmers reporting to XOI is ordered, sir, whatever you got to say. And I think, they read like what the fuck happened, the report, and then Larry Simmons, he was the XO, fucking crazy ass Vietnam guy that we were scared shitless of because we heard about knife kills in Vietnam and all this. He was a fucking killer. And I remember he asked me, what were you thinking when you got behind the wheel of your car, literally with your swim buddies live in the palms of your hands? Mark 1 fucking motto answer is, sir, I wasn't thinking. I think that's a fucking get out of jail free card. I say, sir, I wasn't thinking. And he fucking looks at me and he's like, you weren't thinking. You weren't thinking. And he's sitting at his desk. He's not even standing. He opens his fucking desk drawer up and he fucking pulls out, I think it was a 45.
Oh, I
and he
say
points,
it was a knife.
He points it straight at my fucking head and he goes, how would you feel? Spit is coming out of his fucking mouth. How would you feel if I was walking behind you in the field with a loaded weapon and I wasn't thinking?
Damn.
Yeah, that was my Bud's experience.
Jesus.
I'll get your attention.
The reason I say I was glad I was in blues is because if I was in whites, I'm looking down. Am I standing on fucking plastic? Like, they kill you for a fucking DUI? Like, did I shit myself?
Should have wore the brown pants.
Right? Yeah, dude. I mean, I'm like, because I didn't know. I'm from Monahans, fucking Texas, bro. I don't know nothing. Like, I don't know shit about butts.
Dude, that's fucking crazy.
Yeah. So, anyways.
Can you imagine that happening nowadays?
No, you'd be fucking fine. Well, so check it out. Check it out. The only reason I'm here today. So I kind of went black. I don't really remember much after that, but I do remember standing outside the office, looking at the grinder, at the fucking duck feet that are painted on the grinder, going, fuck, man, like, shit. Like, it's all over, man.
I'm
This
going to have
sucks.
to be a fucking engine man.
I'm also, electricians, man. I'm also fucking happy I don't have any holes and I'm not leaking. But I'm just like, fuck, it's all over with, man. And they brought me back into the office with all the fucking proctors and all that shit. And they're like, your proctors, Simmons is like, your proctors, they all say you're a pretty good student. And we're willing to give you a chance, but we're going to roll you back from third phase back to first phase. You're going to class up with, or you're going to join 175 post-Hell Week. Does that sound like that's, a good deal? And I'm like, roger that, fuck yeah.
I'm in.
I'm fucking in. I ain't got nothing else to do.
Post Hell Week 2, you're like, oh, okay, that's fine.
But like
Post-Hell Week was so much better. Bro.
I would feel a lot closer to my class if I started day one. They're like, this guy's fucking crazy.
Yeah, hard
No,
man,
man.
Charlie Brown.
So anyways, so that was it. I went into 175 and ended up graduating. Like, it was a totally different vibe though. Like Admiral.
So you had to go back through fucking second phase. And
oh yeah,
all that
dude.
shit?
And that's when it fucking switched over. It switched whenever I went from 172 to 175
No
to
shit.
where I was in the class. That's what I was telling you about when I was in the camis and ballast and tallest and.
Well, we 128 was the last class that had dive before.
And then it switched, right? And then it
For
switched
however many
back.
years it switched back at your.
It
so
switched
you
back.
got, you
It's
got
like
both of them.
everyone gets fucking shit canned whenever they go to dive phase, and that's third phase. So we'll mitigate that by just, we'll put dive phase, second phase.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I
Makes
went
sense.
back through all that again. Had to do pull comp again. Fuck. Needless to say, the rest of my Bud's career was very interesting because every fucking instructor that heard about my story, because my class, again, was only 19. Whenever I went into 175, they're like, Helmers, you had a DUI. Hey, get over here. Tell us what happened. Hits fucking surf.
I wasn't thinking.
Yeah. Never fucking said that again in my career ever. No, bro. So I ended up. And first of all, I didn't tell anyone. Like, I got to Team 5. I didn't fucking tell anyone about that shit. I didn't tell anyone about any of that shit because I just thought, man, I don't want to come back. I don't want to reopen this can of worms.
Wasn't pretty common back then, though.
Okay, so the reason they were going to shit can me, They okay. So anyway, no. But back then, that's when they were having this is in 1990, I guess, when they were getting hard on DUIs. If you had a DUI, they were starting to shit can guys.
Okay,
Now I'm a student, and so 10 years go by, bro, and I'll come back to earlier times. But 10 years go by, I end up getting on the Navy parachute team. I go to JB's, is that the fucking titty flop in Virginia Beach?
Yep.
So the
Bikini
parachute
only
team,
titty flop.
the parachute team is fucking jumping in. I jump in, and then afterwards we go to JB's. And I open this fucking door to the bar. I take 2 steps inside the bar, and I hear someone say, "Billy Helmers, holy shit, guys, get over here. You got to hear this fucking story." And it's, is it Dave or Mike Hall, man? He's my proctor. He was there in the room whenever all that shit went down.
Billy Helmers.
I tell him this and he's like, "Hey, you got to tell him this fucking story." He goes, "It's fucking true." And I tell the story, and
I'm curious about what his perspective was.
No.
Also. Yeah.
I'm going to tell you what it was because he fucking told me that night. So I tell him the story, and then he goes, and then he starts to explain his position. And he's like, "Hey, man," he goes, "when he fucking pulled that gun on you," he goes, "we all freaked the fuck out." So let me back up a little bit and tell you, like, for 10 fucking years, bro, I thought that was a scared straight program. I just assumed, because I never talked about it, ever. I just assumed like that was his way to scare the shit out of me, man, and to
Yeah.
and it didn't really work, but it kind of worked for a while. Then Mike, Hall, instructor Hall, he's a New York accent guy, whatever, I can't remember. But anyways, he goes, "Yeah, that freaked the fucking shit out of us." He goes, "Do you not remember, like, we kicked you the fuck out of the office, like, right after that happened?" And I'm like, "I got to be honest with you, man. I don't really remember much after that. I think I
drunk.
I drank a fucking, yeah. No, man." He goes, "No, man, we kicked you out of the office, and we had to circle up with Simmons." And we're like, "Sir, you can't fucking do that. Like, you can't pull a gun on a fucking student."
He's like, "What? Really?"
He's
saying
like,
that's
he's
wrong?
like, "Sir," because back then, they'd send you across the street to NAB to do whatever you did. And they're like, "If we fucking send him over there right now, he is going to tell them that you pulled a gun on him, and your fucking career's done." And so they're like, "Well, what the fuck are we gonna do? What are we gonna do?"
Well, let's keep him.
Let's fucking roll him back. He'll never fucking make it. Then you guys will never fucking let him make it through, right? No, fuck no. And then they let me go back through, and I fucking made it. I got the shit fucking hammered out of me in a lot more. Like I ended up being the fastest O course time in buds whenever I finished buds, and like
That's hard to do. Yeah.
every time I had
Lots
to
of practice.
I had to improve my time every fucking time, right? And if I didn't improve my time, the whole class had to get wet. Well, they did that shit because, fucking the class will take care
Peer
of it.
pressure.
Yeah.
But see, that was the Buds thing back then. Every time you did a run, or you had to improve your last time. It wasn't you had to pass 2. You had to improve every time.
Every
you
time,
ran.
yeah.
Every
That just
time
means
you
everybody did the
improved.
same
That was
back.
it. If you didn't improve, you got fucking smoked.
Yeah.
And if you didn't, they'd shit can you for that.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like you had to beat the time and all. No, you had to improve no matter what you did.
Yeah, I had a 5:02, brother.
What?
A 5:02 on the O course. I fucking.
Is that
That's
record?
pretty quick.
It's when
What's the record now? It can't be
Oh.
faster than that.
It's got to be faster than that, man. They
took
changed.
out
They
those little
changed up the stumps.
stumps.
They
They
took
did
the
the-
stump jumps out. So they're
Yeah.
used when
When
you
did
come
they
off
do
the
that?
parallel bars. There
Yeah.
used to be a stump right there, and you'd have to jump
Yeah,
on that
there's
stump.
stumps when I went through.
No, there's like 3 stumps, and it's just for the low wall. I know
Yeah,
that
for the
fucking
low
thing.
wall,
like,
yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna
There's
say.
But no,
tires
they-
and
Really doesn't
stuff.
No,
well.
there were stumps. There were like 7 rows or something right after
Oh,
the
okay.
so you had, and if you fell off, you had to go back and start over, right?
You
I would
guys
fucking
never
hit
saw
that
the
thing.
real
What was that?
course.
Those are smelling salts?
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh,
Little
yeah,
wake
that
me
was
up?
good.
Oh,
Like
God.
on that
No
strap.
help.
Oh,
Go right to the brain, dude.
man.
Yeah.
You know what? Chlorine is also pretty good.
Poisonous too.
We could just do heroin.
No, man. So, I always thought it was a scared straight program until I realized that it wasn't.
Fuck.
And I was like, no, I did that last night. Fuck that. It got me home. So no, man.
He's like, are these things working?
You're hard as nails, dude.
Wow.
Holy fuck. You want to take out a stone
You
and
got this eye watering.
olfactory sense is gone. Shit, no,
that-
man. So
that
yeah,
filter.
like the cool thing about getting rolled back was, I'd gone up to with a couple of dudes that are in my class to like Huntington Beach to party for the weekend. I guess the whole thing didn't work out. It didn't scare me straight very long. I came back, man. Mark Hawes is in there in the phone booth at 618 talking to someone, and I'm like, "Hey, what are you doing?" It's a Sunday. He's like, I'm fucking going bowling with this chick," and I'm like, "I'm in."
He's like, you weren't
Turns out,
invited.
Didn't invite you.
turns out that he went there with this chick Heather, that he ended up marrying and divorcing. Full circle after like 3 other ex-wives, he comes back to Heather, and they're no longer a thing again. But he introduced me to my wife. The funny thing is my old lady was on a blind date with fucking Tommy Lindbergh. So fucking Mark,
Lindbergh
Lindbergh.
fucker.
he didn't fuck her. He didn't fuck her. No, that was my only thing. I'm like, Tommy, did you fuck her? Because I've seen Tommy's dick. It was a big old thing.
He's got a twin. He's got a twin,
I know.
too.
I know. I keep in touch with him.
How freaked out were you when you
I
saw
was
his
freaked
twin?
out, bro. I heard for fucking 100 years. Well, not
are they spot on?
They're
Identical?
bro.
Yeah.
Identical. They sound the same. They look the same. They act the same.
Are they both
Except
in
for
Buds or
Tommy.
in the SEAL teams?
No.
his
He
brother's
never.
not.
He's in construction.
Okay.
Whenever I met him at Tommy's funeral at CK4 Ranch, I think it was Mark actually came up and goes, "Hey, I'd heard for fucking years Tommy'd always tell stories. Tommy Lindbergh was a fucking
Habitual
jokester,
jokester, dude.
Yeah.
dude. Fucking
Just-
funnier and shit without even trying. Like he would be on this fucking thing, and you'd be in tears.
Yeah.
He'd always tell stories about him and Tim Ige. They'd talk.
Yeah.
Tim would like, I'd show up into this fucking sewing circle or something, and hey, Billy, did you know Tommy's got a twin brother? And I'm like, oh yeah, I heard. I thought they're trying to get me, So
Yeah.
I never fell for it.
Yeah.
It wasn't until his funeral that I'm standing there, and Mark Hawes fucking walks up, and it's me and Lisa, and he goes, "Hey, just so you know, man, Tommy's twin brother is here," and he looks, and as he's saying that, bro, I scan the crowd, and
Yeah.
I saw fucking Tommy, and I'm like, my jaw must hit the floor, bro.
I saw him in like Coronado because Tommy's
God.
like a habitual jokester.
Yeah.
I'm like, who the fuck plans their like own like death?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I know.
That's what I thought.
You thought you fixed
Right
it.
off the- I'm all like,
Yeah. Like,
fucking Tommy.
You got me, bro. You
Like
got me.
fucking Tommy.
This guy's
Got
collecting
me.
life insurance.
Got me, good
Yeah.
fucker. But yeah, she was on
Popping
a,
him out of the casket. Gotcha, bitch.
I know. Yeah, he would have done that. man.
Yeah.
But no, so yeah, she was on a blind date with Tommy and went bowling at the bowling alley at NAB or not NAB, but North Island.
North Island.
Anyways, that's
That's a
how I
good
met
bowling
my old
alley.
lady.
Damn.
Yeah, that's
No
how
shit.
I met her, man.
It was 91, you said, right?
This was in '90.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You only
That's awesome.
dated for a year before you got married?
Shit.
What's wrong with you?
Hey, he's still with her.
No, it wasn't a year, bro. It was like 6 months.
Oh, fuck.
I got to Team 5. I was about to deploy. I'll get that. Yeah, so
Panic marriage.
And I was just like,
It worked,
fuck it.
though.
Like, hey, I want that
Very-
BAH, motherfucker.
Yeah, hey,
Yeah.
I'm with you there.
No,
I
get
thought
another
about marrying dudes.
200. Yeah.
Actually, that was Don't Ask, Don't Tell. I couldn't have even done that.
Yeah.
Figure I better join up before I get drafted.
Well, no, man. So yeah, so at Team 5, when I was going through SQT, or it's called STT then, it's
Yeah.
when all the teams used to hold them themselves,
Mhm.
and it rotated between 1, 3, and 5.
Yeah, yeah.
I was Jeff Payne. Shit, when I got to the team, man, Gut was talking about the fucking going out and doing the work, being a target builder out at Nland.
Yeah.
I went out there. That's when I met Jeff Payne and Jason Gardner for the first time. Jason back then looked like he was fucking Billy Idol. He had his hair. It was
Really?
all fucking, dude, it was blonde as shit, is white. He bleached that shit
Bleached.
white. And
No
fucking
shit.
Jeff is
You
just like,
get away with that?
well, dude,
Out of
I
Island, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, bro. No, these two dudes were thick as thieves, man.
Yeah.
And they were the first guys that I really got to hang out with at Nylon. And then Timmy O'Hara, who I thought was going to kill me, but he never did.
Speaking of that, and I'm sure you're going to get to the Timmy O'Hara story as well.
Which one?
He was shit. He's in my buds class till he quit and went to the other class.
Well, yeah.
Well, I don't know. Interject any fucking
No,
time.
no.
No, I was in SQT or STT, and there was a dude, JD. You probably know JD Smith.
Smith, yeah.
He was in Delta platoon. They had deployed.
Corpsman.
I was in STT, and the ops guy, whoever it was at the time, I guess, called out the training cell and was like, "Hey, who are your best shots?" And it was me and Joe Doolin, another JD.
Yep.
And Jeff Payne, he fucking was really pissed that he gave him my name, because turns out that and then when we came back from Nland from that trip, I got called into the skipper's office. I didn't even tell you this part. When I checked in to Team 5, guess who the skipper was? The CO. Larry fucking Simmons. We're talking about like how we slow rolled check-in.
Holy shit.
Dude,
It's
I
like,
had everything fucking signed off, and I was like, I can't do it. I can't fucking do it. I can't do it. I can't go fucking
CO's
check in.
meeting.
I
You
can't
just got to
fucking do
walk
it.
in with body armor.
Bro.
Remember me?
I don't want you to remember me. I went in there, and he just signed my shit, and he goes, "Welcome aboard." And then I split, and I was like, whew, sweating.
Well, he's
buck.
doing the same shit, and he's like, "Fuck, thank God I didn't bring my
Well,
1911."
yeah.
well, funny story.
It's like
I
when
mean,
you both see each other at the gay bar. You're like, what are you gonna do about this?
Just
no,
low fives.
hey, bro, I called him a couple years ago. I was at a bar, Danny's or McPee's or something. Someone had his number. I was telling this fucking story. I've told that story a ridiculous amount of times. And they go, Larry Simmons. They go, I got his fucking number. And I go, can we call him? Because I
Can't
call
pull
him.
a gun on you over the phone, dude.
I call him, and whoever, I can't remember who it was, they hand me the phone, and I'm like, Mr. Simmons. I said, this is Billy Helmers. You're gonna remember me. I said, I went to XOI back in, I was in 172. I tell him the whole, well, not the whole story, but I go, but you pulled a gun on me during XOI. He goes, doesn't sound like me.
Smart.
Motherfucker.
Might be
Denied,
recorded.
Anyways.
Prank caller.
Yeah. Prank caller.
Hammered.
Yeah.
Well, that's
He's
whenever.
on.
That's when. Oh, I won't even bring that.
You might
story
be
up.
recording. Fuck you.
Yeah. No. So he had called out there. He called me back, and he goes, me and Joe, we had to go to meet him in his office, and the fucking meeting was about, hey, no, you're a fucking new guy. The Philippines, it's about to close down, and we've selected you and Joe Doolin to go to PI to augment for this platoon, Delta.
Wow, dude.
And so I shot, and I was just like, the Philip deploy like tomorrow? What the fuck? Like I deployed real quick, man. And
This is before you had a workup?
I didn't have a fucking workup, bro. I just fucking showed up.
Did you even have a bird at that point?
I got, as soon as I got my bird, I got my bird like the next week.
Jesus.
Me and
Yeah.
Joe,
Yeah.
me and Joe, we both got our birds, and they sent us over to the Philippines
Damn,
with fucking
dude.
Alpha Platoon. It was Bettner and I can't remember who all. But anyway, Massow and all these dudes that you probably don't know. And went to the Philippines and had a fucking blast, man. I was like, it was a great time. It was fucking fun. It was just, and it's like, what do you go to the PI for? You're talking about it earlier. You're just like, hey, man, first of all, you got to go over there and you got to hone your fighting skills. Now, I'd gotten into a fucking fight when I was in buds with Ashkin. He fucking had this kid in my buds class had a shaved head, and we went to Horton Plaza to watch a movie, and we both went into the pisser. And I remember like hearing all this ruckus, and I knew it was a fight. And I was in a stall for some reason. Maybe there's like one urinal. I came out and I see fucking. I'm gonna tell Ashkin, dude, there's a fight. Ashkin ain't in the fucking urinal no more.
It's him.
I run outside and I see Skin, and he's standing, and it's a fucking circle of black dudes, and they're all just taking shots on him, and he's doing a good job of fucking staying on his feet. And I'm just like, fuck. And so I fucking just cover up, and I run straight into the fucking circle, and I grab Skin, and I fucking get him through the other side of this fucking beat circle, and then I get fucking punched in the head. I'd been going through what scars or whatever the fuck with Peterson, like the fucking down windmill strikes and all that shit. This fucking black dude fucking goes to he goes to kick me like a fucking roundhouse kick or something. And I go fucking down, boom! And I fucking drop him. And I'm really fucking happy about that. But then I get the shit kicked out of me for a little while. And then we make it out in the Horton Plaza. I see some Marines. I'm like, hey, you guys got to fucking help us. We just got jumped. And then we're fucking hanging out. We're hanging out.
And then they kick your ass.
We're hanging out, brother. We're hanging out. And I got fucking skinned. He's standing like with his back to the fucking wall. And then this fucking black gang fucking cruises by. And I'm talking to these Marines like, hey, we need your fucking help. We got to go fucking do some business. And these fucking black guys then show up. So it's these black guys and then all these Marines and then skin. And this fucking black guy just jumps right up over the fucking top of everyone. Boom! Hit skin again. Busts his fucking nose. And then we broke it up and no big fight.
Whatever happened to Skin?
Fuck, I don't have no idea, man. Yeah. Anyways, let's see, where was that? So I ended up going over to the Philippines, and I'm like, oh, fucking, this is where you go to hone your fighting skills. And I was always kind of scared of black dudes, even though it fucking, because that was more of a reactive thing. I just showed up, man. I'm a brand fucking
Texas.
new guy. Hey, I'm a brand fucking new guy. I don't know shit about fuck, you know what I mean? And anyways, I went to the D office there off of Longapo, and I'm sitting next to Jew. Chris Jerusalem. If you don't know him,
I'm scared of black guys. I'm sitting next to this Jew. No, context.
I love you.
He's a giant human.
Yeah,
he's
he's a big boy.
He's a very large human. And I'm sitting next to him, and I'm drinking a Red Horse, and I make eye contact with this table of like 3 dudes, and I'm like, I'm picking my target, bro. So I'm gonna fight them. I would like them to like instigate it or something.
Wait, where is
And
this?
this is in the Philippines. This is in Longapo. This is whenever. So I made it through.
So were they making like eyes at you in the way like, hey, we're gonna fight? Or
No, they will in a minute. He started it.
Yeah. They're really gonna want to fight me here in about 5 minutes.
Wait, hold on. So honing the fighting skills over in the Philippines, is that with the local nationals or is that with anyone else that had been?
No, they're a lot
Let me
smaller.
get-
They're
hang on.
easier to beat up.
No,
That's what I thought.
hang on.
That's
No.
why I'm like, why do you hone them?
I think we might get to that in a moment.
Okay.
Bar Kwando.
Gotta
So
put that on a
anyways,
t-shirt.
No.
Bar Kwando. Yeah. No, man. So I go ahead and I make some looky-loo eyes with them, and I get them to staring me down, and then I tell Jew, I'm like, hey, bro, I need some backup. I'm gonna go fight these 3 dudes, and I'm gonna need. Yeah, I'm probably gonna get my ass kicked, but I'm gonna give it a shot. And you got my back, and he goes, yeah, fucking new guy, I got your back, and he goes back to drinking and shit. So. I go ahead there and I sit and I figure out my game plan, right? So I finish a Red
Was he at
Horse.
5
which
at the time?
I was at Team 5.
No, him.
No,
Jew.
I think he's at 1.
He was at 1.
He was at
Okay.
1, but we do. When you used to deploy to the Philippines,
Turnovers.
yeah. When you go to the PI
yeah, the
though, you'd
turnover,
be
yeah.
with like different. You'd always
There'd always be one dude from platoon that never left with his platoon.
Oh, of course. I remember Mongo was like, I did 16 platoons. You're like, dude, stay in the PI for fucking 6 years.
That's not constitutes
Yeah.
fucking
It's not
12
constitutes-
platoons, motherfucker.
You're on vacation.
Yeah. I did like back to back to back to back. I'm like, bro.
yeah, that doesn't
Yeah,
count.
but doing back to back to back in PI is not like doing back to back in Iraq.
Yeah.
You
No,
know?
exactly.
Fuck no.
Yeah.
So I finished my Red Horse, which is a Red Horse it was like the old fucking Coke bottles, man, like super
Oh, yeah.
thick glass.
Oh, yeah.
And again, there's like a black dude, and he's got his back to me, and then a white dude and a white dude. So being kind of a scaredy cat, I go up and I
Got to get him first.
I crack him over the fucking head with this beer bottle.
From behind.
And
And
I just
unfortunately, he's on your
I just
side.
walk right up behind him and I just fucking crack it, and he goes out. He's fucking done. I grab his fucking chair and I throw it at this fucking dude, and then I just go to fucking
He's been planning
throwing.
this, bro.
Yeah, no, I didn't.
Is that Jason Bourne?
Actually,
He's got
that's
a
more.
fucking storyboard.
That was more of an opportunity. Like when he fell over, like his chair like
But
kind
they're all
of
the
fell
guys
in my
he's
hands.
with.
The chair kind of fell in my hands. I never thrown a chair at a guy either. It was like, oh fuck, this is handy.
Dang,
of a
that is
sudden-
lucky.
No, and I was doing really fucking good.
I tried that
The
one
dude
time.
and
It
me,
didn't work
we
for me.
shared a couple blows, but all of a sudden I go fucking airborne, and it's fucking Jew. And he's got me by the fucking scruff of my neck and my belt, and he like goes and throws me out the fucking door, and he's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And I'm like, "I told you what I was gonna do, man. You said you're gonna fucking
They were
back me
giving
up."
me
He's like, "Get the fuck out of here." I could not for the fucking life of me figure out why is he so pissed at me. Well, I found out later on, like just before I got to the PI, there was a race war. You probably remember this.
I don't know. I was an East Coaster, remember?
Oh. Well, this is in
I would've been one time
91.
stopped there on the way to
Yeah, this
Thailand.
is in like 91. There was this big fucking race war
How is there a
going on.
race war in the Philippines?
Well, so again, people love to fight, and they could get away with
There's
it.
a lot of Americans fighting.
It was like team guys, Marines, and black dudes. and they would go up to the rock line, or not the rock line. No, there's like 3 groups.
Doesn't
man,
matter
like,
the branch. They're just the black dudes.
Hey, these guys, Marines, maybe some Air Force guys, and then black guys.
There's
Squirrely fuckers.
well, there's like
black guys are
four.
dressed all weird.
There's like 4 black guys in the team, so
Yeah.
Yeah,
they're
you're
all
like,
super.
well, they're not.
They're all super fucking cool guys, but it's rare.
I know,
Let's
man.
shut that one.
No. Yeah, it was a big deal. It was a fucking big deal, man. I ended up, well, first of all, the
Grab me one of
platoon, Dan Gearhart, Chance Hughes, fucking Daryl Pierman, Diamond Dave, like Frank Embry, like all these old dudes, they just beat the fuck out of me. They're like, "This is what it's like, you son of a bitch." And they shaved my head, made me eat fucking raw eggs, and hazed me pretty good.
Balut.
Well,
I had my share of balut.
Did you really?
Oh, fuck yeah.
God
Jesus,
damn, their
disgusting.
shit's got to be
Chance
so
Hughes
foul.
turned me on to that, man. He's like, "Hey,
Did
new
you get
guy."
to enjoy it?
I was shit-faced,
I
man.
like fighting, dude, but I'm not a big fan of starting fights.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
know, I
but
was
you
young.
also don't
get
want to
used
get.
to it.
You don't want to.
Yeah, you learn. You learn. No, I just thought it'd be fun, you know. And anyways, yeah, I like they were all worried, man. They're super pissed at me. They're like, "We're not fighting anymore, fucker. Like we're like everything's calm and we
shit was
like
over
it
in the
this way."
80s.
Yeah.
We're gay now.
Have you heard of Rodney King?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyways, man, that was kind of my start into the teams.
That was during. So the race wars are probably due to like L.A. and the Rodney King stuff.
No,
And
Rodney
that-
King didn't happen until after.
Oh, really?
This is in
So
'91.
you guys started the Rodney King shit.
Maybe.
You're like cops. You're like, well, the fucking SEALs are getting away with
I
it.
don't know, man. I don't know. No, it was a pretty wild time. And then I stayed in Delta platoon, and like Chance Hughes, Chance, or not Chance, but Dano Gearhart.
Yeah.
He's my fucking sea daddy,
Dude.
and he beat me up pretty good, but he taught me a lot of shit. But
Some
He
good
was the
lessons
first.
in there. Yeah.
Dano was the first dude that took me around when I checked in the Team 5. He's the first dude that took me around. You get your check-in sheet and shit. First thing he did, he was like, "Hey, where's your jump wings?" I'm all like, "You guys wear those?" He's like, "Yeah, absolutely." Motherfucker.
Oh no, set you up for failure.
I go get my fucking lead sled that night, paint that bitch black, fucking show up the next day in my camis. I got my lead sled up. People are like,
Dork.
they're like,
you fucking
Are you-
nerd.
are you nerd? He's like, are you working at the airloft? I'm like, oh, why? They couldn't figure out any other reason why. But Dano was like, oh yeah, man, you're gonna want to put those jump wings on. So he took me to admin, supply, diving, and air. Just your pays are started. Yeah, you want to get your issue. Took me to Command DAPA, who at the time was Olmsted. I still remember this day, that old fucking salty engineman that worked at First Louis and would breathing fucking Jack Daniels on. That's why they made him the Command DAPA. And that was like, I still had like almost every signature I needed, and Dan was like, you're good. Like, you don't have to get anything else signed off. I'm like, oh, all right.
All right.
Fuck it.
Yeah. Deal.
I'm good.
Yeah. Then I started STT like right after that shit.
Yeah, of course. Dude, whenever I first got to the team and I checked in, they put me in dive phase for some reason, and Matt Mancy was the chief of the dive locker, and Dan Gallart, he was showing me around. He did that for me, and I remember
Take-
whenever
put
he
your
was
jump
like,
wings
he goes, I'm gonna go introduce you to the chief of the dive locker. His name's Matt Mancy. He goes, I just want to warn you, he's got a stuttering problem. But he's also a fucking psycho killer, and if you fucking laugh at him, he'll rip your fucking head off.
That shit would make me
He goes,
nervous.
whatever you do, man, do not fucking laugh when you're talking to him. And I'm just like, Roger
You're like,
that.
oh,
Okay.
goddamn.
Yeah.
Biting your lip,
Well,
flexing
because
your
you
asshole.
had to take this thing seriously at the time, because some dudes are
Yes.
really like that.
Yeah.
I know. So I go in and he introduces me to, Chief Mancy, and Mancy's like, hi, my name Matt. The whole fucking time Dan is already shifted behind him, and he's like going.
Today, Junior.
And I'm just going, oh my fucking, oh god damn it! I had to be turning red, bro. And I'm like, nice to meet you.
Now you start stuttering. Nice
You're turning red right now. That's how hard it
It
is.
was so funny, dude. It was funny as shit. Anyways, Matt turned out to be the nicest guy on the fucking planet.
But he still had a proper stutter. He wasn't just.
Matt had a real stutter.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, he went to school for it.
So he definitely wasn't an RTO.
No.
Of course he
He was
was.
a doctor,
That's what
right?
the teams do. They got to
he's a
put him on the
team
fucking
guy.
radio.
Yeah, he's a fucking Matt.
They're
was
going to
a-
pass out from blood. He's the corpse.
Yeah, no, that was some funny shit.
Dude.
But whenever Dano was my sea daddy, he was. I just remember his old man was a frogman.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I just remember Dano told me one time. He goes, "Hey man, you got to fucking make sure that while you're here," he goes, "you leave something for people to remember you by. Like you can't just be this fucking vanilla team guy.
That's good advice.
You got to be. If fucking no one remembers you, why were you here?"
Yeah.
He was the first one to ever say that to me, and it stuck, and I never tried.
That's a pretty broad left and right limit.
You got to be a
Yo,
main
bro.
character in some way. Yeah.
Dude, yeah, you do, man. And
Yeah.
I never
See-
tried to be.
Honestly, in our time, everybody's left that impression. I can think of things
Everybody
that fucking-
cool. Yeah.
Well, yeah,
Everyone cool.
Yeah, but you can run into things like, that guy. Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, but
I
you know how many
remember
team
that
guys you
fucking
don't
weak-ass
remember?
bitch that never showed up. Yeah. But then you got that guy like Jeff Payne. You hear Jeff Payne's name, you're like, fuck,
Yeah.
Jeff. Oh hell yeah,
Bro,
Main
I
character.
Fuck
cut
yeah.
my teeth with
Jeff
fucking
Payne in the
with
Interlude.
Jeff,
Fuck
with
yeah,
fucking
dude, you can't-
Dano,
When I came to
with
the
Chance.
East Coast or the West Coast from the East Coast, I roll up at fucking Nylon one time. I'm like, 'cause I'm going out there when I'm like, because the East Coast is really switched like tight about noon. So I roll out there. Pepper Tagle,
Tagle,
a fucking mesh half shirt, fucking banana thong, fucking shit. He's
You gotta get
running,
some tan on,
fucking jungle boots, running a fucking range, big cigar. I'm like,
What the
dude,
fuck?
what the
Some
fuck?
apocalypse bullshit.
God bless the West Coast.
Yeah, it's like, all right. So I'm like, yeah, okay, the West Coast stories I've heard might be true. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
You gotta
Oh,
get
shit,
faggots.
Pepper
I gotta get me
Tagle,
some
that
mesh.
bitch, he's a fucking walk, yeah.
So the question is, does the East Coast have anything even remotely near Nylon? Like, as far as like a training area or anything like that?
They got a fucking...
man.
So
Nylon
you guys
used to
don't
be
have your
Fort
little,
Pickett.
your
Fort
bastard.
Pickett, Fort
They got
AP
Pickett.
store,
AP
AP
Hill.
store, AP
Yeah.
Hill, fucking Fort Pickett.
They
some
got,
store
they got
that-
plenty of places to shoot, but nothing like Nylon.
But not in
bro.
Nylon, where
bro,
it's the Lost Boys.
No, you got so. Have you been to Nylon?
I have not.
So
I
so
spearfished off of it.
well,
You haven't missed
What?
much.
Remember, Nylon was
No,
great.
it's Nylon.
Nylon was...
Nylon.
Island with an N.
Nyland, California.
Nylon.
Oh,
not
Imperial
San Clemente.
County.
Oh,
in
I was
the
thinking-
desert.
I was
in
thinking
the-
of San
George
Fernando.
Patton had a desert training facility there in the 40s. It was built...
That's
It's out by
Slab
Salt-
City.
It's out by Salt
Yeah.
and Sea.
Oh,
I
it's out by
was-
Salt
The old
Sea.
So-
The fucking lizard people live
that's
out
our
there.
shit.
Dude, I was with the team for 3 months and I thought it was a fucking island too.
I
And I'm
thought it was like
hearing
slang
it
for
wrong.
San Clemente
San
Island.
Clemente Island. We're going to Nylon. Oh, the Nylon.
Oh, okay.
I thought I was just mishearing it. Like, no, Nyland,
No,
California.
it's a shit show, dude. I
It's
love that.
inland.
Oh,
yeah,
dude,
it's
there we
Salt
go.
and Sea, yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking Bones or Dave. He was talking about
Hanson?
Carla and Darla.
No,
Yeah. Oh,
Gutierrez.
yeah.
last night,
Yeah. That was that.
Carl and
that's-
Darla.
that's
All right, so this checks
Nylon.
out because I'm trying to wonder whether there's two fat bitches on an island, and then there's like this random ratchet ass bar.
There are
And
some
I'm like,
San
are you
Clemente
guys
Island
importing
stories.
this?
There are plenty of fat bitches on San Clemente Island. That's
Okay.
Yeah. But those are the
They'll
environments.
live in this cross.
yeah,
Yeah,
those are
right.
hippies, and they are unshaven. Don't ask me.
And
how
they
I
get
know.
pissed off when you tell them, hey, you're a fucking bum, because when you leave the island, you get to San Diego, you live in your fucking
Dude,
car.
the chick I fucked was literally living in her fucking
Go
car.
in their car in San Diego. They come to
So
the
terrible.
island,
They she was like,
they're like
she's
fucking
honestly
living,
like
but they got a broom.
she was like a 4.5 here,
Bitch.
but on the island, she's like a solid 8.5.
Wash that shit out once in a while. All right?
Oh, I should
Turn it
have.
into-
I don't regret fucking many chicks. That is one that I regret.
Mm.
It was not good, bro.
Sam Clementi 8.
And dude, her pussy looked like his beard.
No way.
Man, no, that's horrible. That's
Wait, what
scraggly,
year?
bro.
So you're obviously turned on right
Like
now.
last year.
Sorry, that was when I wish I had ED. I could give myself ED in that moment. Oh,
They get Tyreek.
yeah. Oh well.
Okay, all right. Now this all checks out.
That's the thing.
Yeah, it
yes.
checks out. man.
Especially being next to the Salton Sea.
Nyland
Yeah.
versus
Like
Island,
I've been
yes.
out there,
Yeah.
and
Did
I
you
can
see
only
that
imagine letting
movie?
you guys run amok.
What's the movie with?
The Salton Sea.
No, there's a.
Silver Strand.
No, there's a kid. He played. No, I think he played Danny Dietz in
Lone
What's-
Survivor.
Lone Survivor. What's that?
I never
Starts with
saw
an
it.
E. Anyways, he did a movie that was about a kid that was just like this loner.
Oh no, you're talking about.
He died in like a school bus.
Into
up
the
in Alaska.
Wild.
Into the
Oh,
Wild.
Into the
So
Wild,
that
Oh, yeah.
movie,
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's Slab City.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's right by Nyland.
Wait,
I
all the
mean,
other things
literally.
are having.
Hey, bro,
That's like
we-
Siphon 9.
We,
But
yeah,
that's how they get their money. They come out.
No.
They come out to the.
They
the
steal
range,
brass.
And they,
Well,
they
they
steal
pick up
brass.
brass and
Is
they
that-
recycle it.
Yeah.
I thought only Afghan kids
No,
did.
they're
No,
scrappers.
bro, no, they-
No, these are American. These
Yeah.
are all tweakers in fucking
Yeah.
Imperial
They
Valley.
live out there.
Just don't
Dude,
roll
there's
up on your
Shadow
shit. I'm
Mountain-
like, dude, you're
Shadow
not doing a very
Mountain.
good job. I'm
Is that
gonna
what's called?
bitch
Shadow
that because there's all this brass out
All
here.
Mountain.
Get the shit.
Shadow
They all just got raped.
Well, Shadow
No,
Mountain's
no, no.
there's
You shoot, you make all this noise,
Yeah.
then you leave, and then you hope when you come back in the morning when you're supposed to clean it up, they've snatched it all.
Didn't
Yeah.
You come
somebody?
back and they're like, motherfuckers.
But they would also
this
steal
is
your
your
target
life, and this is
material.
what
and
you
shit.
leave me?
We used to have to fucking do watch on our targets
yeah.
after we'd go up to the siphon.
Oh, no,
and
no.
shoot-
You set them
fill
up
our-
at night, you gotta watch them because
Yeah,
they'll
you got.
steal all your shit.
They'll
No
take
shit.
the camunetting.
Oh,
They'll take.
fuck.
You remember,
yeah.
you remember that dude that got in trouble because he went out and was patrolling? He's a weird dude. He went out was patrolling. He ended up shooting at some.
Oh, yeah,
fucking,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
He got in trouble for that.
That was,
That was
Well,
probably Fred Kraft.
No, he was.
No, no,
This is a weird. This is a weird guy. He was one of those characters that he's not still in, is he?
Team guy?
Oh yeah, we all know what we're talking about. I don't want to have the editors bleep it out, but we all know what we're talking about. Used to drive that Jeep with like the CJ5, and his daughter was a major whore. Anyway,
Shocking.
yeah.
You guys' daughter's horse. No way.
Jesus. But yeah, he ended up.
Hey,
he
I
was,
got a daughter, man.
He was.
Yeah, hey.
But he was.
Keep running
he was,
lock and key.
he was
I used to
randomly
drive a
patrolling.
CJ5.
This is a
Wait a
weird
minute.
dude. He would randomly patrol at Nland, and he ended up trying to shoot at these fucking tweakers that were collecting brass, and he got in like some major trouble for it. But nobody really had his back because nobody liked the guy
I
anyway.
thought like a 40 millimeter Cheeto round probably would have done it, or like a CS grenade out of 40 mic.
But honestly, the tweakers they stay out of your way, and they're great because like
Dude,
you want to clean up the brass, go ahead, bro.
Yeah,
we had
because
to
other
clean up
guys,
the
other
brass.
night you guys had to. Right?
Get the
we-
link too. 60 range, get the link too.
We used to clean up naked,
it's
so
metal,
we didn't
it's
have tan
just-
lines though. We had boots on and then naked, so we'd clean them up, so we had no tan lines. And went back to the strand.
No tan lines. No fucking.
Perfect.
No Tiva tan lines.
Tiva
Had some
tan
boot
lines.
tan lines, but
Yeah, man. No, so I guess I don't know. I get good career in teams. No issues. I made somehow I fucking retired as a senior chief. I would go in there and tell the students about all the fucking chief in red. I'd go in there and go, look, I'm a fucking senior chief wearing fucking red. You know what that means? Means I made it.
Don't fuck with me.
I
Yeah,
retired with
I
my
fucking
red
made it.
stripes.
I've been to
I remember
captain's
that.
mess.
Here's a
I
picture.
fucking went to almost court martial.
We still need a picture of you for the bio, by the way. If you have a picture of you with your
My
chief
red
stuff with
stripes.
red, that's the picture.
Yeah,
What's the red?
Red means you
You weren't
never
good.
got good conduct.
So if you have good conduct, you're gold. If you have the chief or above, it's red.
You got to have
they-
12 years of good conduct.
Yeah.
I never made
Oh,
it.
I
I
don't-
never made it.
I don't even know.
almost-
Like I had 6 Article 15s, but I still got both of my good conduct.
Oh, really?
It's fucking-
Really?
Oh, that's curious.
And I'm like, I don't know how. Like I was the black sheep.
They told me that,
A
what?
buddy of mine, Ron
You
Culpepper, he
got-
tried talking me into going and appealing it, right? He goes, no, you can appeal it, and you can put gold on it. I'm like, I fucking earned this shit.
Yeah, it's kind of cooler. It's cooler, yeah.
Yeah, I earned
cooler
this
than
shit.
It was like one gold stripe.
Oh, yeah,
That was
yeah,
cooler.
yeah, that's what I want to do. Because I'm like,
I would respect a senior
Well,
chief
because
who's red.
Because if you've done it, you're supposed to
Well,
get
no one-
some shit.
no one
No,
wants
I
a-
didn't
an
hear.
ultimate.
That's
So you
my
saw that
thing.
movie with fucking
You work in Hollywood. How
about
do you?
I don't know. I can't think of it.
How does he have such a hard time with this?
Robert De Niro was
He's been around for 50 years.
no the Men of Honor.
Yeah.
Where he's a Master Chief with all red.
Oh
and
yeah.
then Cuba Gooding Jr. He's a Senior Chief with all gold.
Yeah.
They're sitting there. So those red stripes are like
How the fuck you remember that's
motherfucker.
beyond me, dude.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's
Your
cool.
life
That's the dudes I
revolves
looked
around
at.
movies, doesn't it?
Well, sort of. Yeah, unfortunately.
I guess
love
it
it.
does.
But it's so funny, man. Like you see dudes. I mean, it's so fucking funny because people would refer to me like still this day. I've like dudes that I've put through, especially third phase. They'll be like, "Oh, hey, Chief Kent." I'm like, "Don't call me that, dude." I'm like, I was a fucking chief for 3 fucking years. That was it.
Oh wow.
I was an E6 for 11 years.
That's a long fucking
At least
time.
you're a chief,
Yeah.
though, bro.
Yeah.
I'm retired as an E8. I'm an SQT long enough. Everybody comes in, hey, Master Chief. And I'm like, oh, idiot.
Yeah. But dude, that was one of those things where like I had to extend a year. So I did 21 years. I had to extend a year to get my high
To get your high 3, yeah.
Because I picked up
Yeah.
chief at 18 fucking years, dude. And it was funny as fuck because I was the first motherfucker to get paid. So whoever was running all the fucking
S3.
all the bullshit,
The admin stuff.
the bullshit games, the 7 C's shit for when you make chief and like all the like. I was like waiting to get knee surgery. I'm like, yeah, I'm not doing any of that.
Didn't you guys have to get like boxed? Because I got out as an E6 and I barely made fucking E6. But didn't you guys have to do some book ceremony? Or,
Yeah,
box?
you're supposed
I didn't
to
do any
make
of
a.
Yeah.
I bought
And
one.
people go, oh, you're not going to be a chief. You're going to be an E7. I'm like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, fuck
Yeah,
off.
it's my
I
own
had a book
E6.
made, but when it didn't make to their standards, I like my book better because I
Yeah.
get shit done yet.
Yeah.
And I'm
So
like,
here's a question.
I got my
and
lips
I don't know the
stuck.
Navy ranks, but what's the best pay
Come on,
grade
Red Wings.
in the teams?
Probably
E5.
fucking E5. Yeah.
E5?
Bigger
Yeah.
than shit.
Yeah.
Well, when you're an
warrant officer.
well,
is
when you're an
pretty good.
E5, you got no responsibility and you get a decent paycheck.
It's
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
like a warrant officer.
Warrants
I mean,
have a
I-
lot of responsibility. Warrants now are these guys are fucking. They got a lot of challenges.
Really?
dude.
I remember the warrants
Because
back in the
they're-
day.
No,
They would
back
show
then
up, like,
they
once a
didn't have a
month.
job.
What the
They
fuck
don't
Not
give a fuck.
anymore.
They're all training
Oh, really?
officers now. They're all doing all this fucking nitnoid bullshit.
Oh.
They're the admin. Like Jared Smith's my fucking warrant officer.
no.
He's a good fucking guy, my training officer. But he's doing all this nitnoid. She's like, fuck, I hate this, man. Look at it. You did it to yourself.
I didn't do a PowerPoint.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I'm gonna be a '90s warrant.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's like Holman. He was a fucking
Yeah,
warrant. He
yeah.
was great,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, I remember that guy.
But he was a hard-working son of a bitch.
He didn't know that guy. He's
You ever see his
like-
toes? He had no fucking.
He did that.
He had no
he did
fucking
that
toenails.
race, man. He did that fucking super long race.
By the way,
Yeah.
Rick Velchek.
What's that?
Velchek. He changed his name. His last name his actual last name is Velchek.
Oh no shit.
Wait,
Yeah.
really?
So yeah.
Oh, Rick
Why
Holman.
did he
Rick
change his
Holman,
name?
because that's his actual father's name is Velchek.
I heard about
Oh,
something like
yeah.
that.
Glenn,
yeah.
Glenn Baton did that too.
Yeah, yeah.
Changed to
Dude, he
Hanson.
almost fucking
Well,
died.
Justin
during
Oyos
COVID.
did it too.
I heard.
Yeah.
He almost fucking died. during
Super
COVID.
good dude though, man.
Oh yeah,
He's
no, I know.
hardcore,
He
just
did.
fucking
He's
knew
the
everything.
reason. When all this shit's in my buzz class, I get all this fucked there. I mean, he gets fucking put in the hospital. He's on a ventilator for 9 fucking months.
Yeah.
Fuck, dude.
Dude, yeah.
You went to
he-
buds
he
with
almost-
him?
9
Yeah,
months.
He almost
Jesus.
fucking cranked out.
Fucking
Dude, he
old.
almost died cellar time. Dude, I actually was supposed to go to lunch with him yesterday, but I'll see him next week. But fuck yeah, man.
Dude.
How, wait, how,
We
what
should
did
get him
he?
on the
How
shit.
did he get in there for? What was he doing?
COVID?
How do you end up on a ventilator for 9 months?
Well,
COVID.
no, he got
no
he,
shit,
he-
yeah.
no, he was him and his father died early in COVID. Him and his sister went to work at his father's house, did his shit. He comes back, he's not feeling good. He just puts it off for a long. They get him to the hospital. His O2 sats were like 32. Right, so he's
that
like,
good?
no, he's
I don't
checking
know.
out. So he's like, no, they fucking got working on. They put him on a ventilator. He's doing great now, you know. But they saved his life. But dude, there's so many team guys got in because there's a lot of team guys that know a lot of people in medicine. Dude, they had so many people mobilized for him.
Yeah,
dude,
that's
that's
He's
a
a
big.
good
I was like,
dude,
fuck.
No, man. When I was in where was I? I don't know. I was out at Nland doing something, man, and that fucking guy would roll out on his Harley, and he would
That's a
ride up.
long-ass drive. dude.
No, he would fucking he
a
would
fun
roll
one, I
up
bet.
at nighttime,
though.
and he would do IADs with us at nighttime, and then like 3, 4 in the morning, he
Jumping
would
back
jump,
and hauling something.
and he would go back to Yuma, and he'd fucking get like an hour or two of sleep, and then he'd teach a jump course.
Wow.
And then
Oh,
after
Jesus.
the jump course over with, he'd come back out to Nland. He did
Rick-
that for
Rick-
2
Rick's
weeks.
dope. He's amazing, dude.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I mean, you're not falling asleep on a Harley, so that's good.
That's not necessarily.
you
Mike
can't-
Martin, I've seen
I
him
ain't
sleep.
gonna lie, you can't.
Yeah, man. No, anyways, yeah. So I don't know, man. I had a fun time in the teams, man. It's best, growing up fucking white trash, and then the experiences that I had in the
Yeah.
teams, and the shit that I did, and the shit that I saw, and obviously it culminated in Iraq, But yeah, fuck, when I was in at Team 5, we went out to Santa Barbara and jumped off the Go Plats, and it was Charlie platoon, and Jimmy Locklear was doing like gainers off the 30 or 60 foot. And Danny Carroll, he and I had a bet. And I wasn't a new guy, but I was in, I guess, my 3rd platoon. So I was kind of. Anyways, he's like, hey man, you go jump off the 120 foot. He goes, I'll fucking do it. I go, I'll fucking do
What's the death side? It's like 130.
it. No, the highest jump
I
ever.
think it's
This is before
180.
phones. This is before phones. Like the highest jump is like 192 feet.
God damn.
What's terminal velocity? Like
120
190?
miles an hour. Oh, what is the distance?
Yeah, but when do you?
I think
Nah, it's
terminal
not-
is
it can't-
300.
Yeah, it's got to be. That
Yeah.
sounds
Okay.
about right. Yeah. Even though I'm going feet to
120
earth.
is a long.
I
fucking way,
tell
dude.
Danny, I'm like, I'll fucking jump. He goes, you fucking jump, I'll jump, new guy. And I'm like, I'll fucking do it. And I remember going up to the loft at Team 5 and looking down, and that's 90 foot. And I'm like, that's not that bad. I'll do that.
No bullshit.
But then
I've done
100,
it.
120 feet, man.
173 feet is record.
173, yeah.
Wow.
Damn.
That's a
Anyways,
long way.
I did that. The Go Plat's 120, and the Hilo.
You got to wear
platform.
shoes for that almost, because if you
I didn't
don't,
have
you land
shoes.
flat-footed.
I didn't have shoes on.
I've landed
I had
flat-footed.
I had a wetsuit on, so I went up there and I
that thing
jumped.
ballooned.
I jumped from fucking.
Going
I
up from
jumped
the
from
ankles?
30, or I jumped from 60, and then 90, and then I just walked up to the Hilo, the net, that catch-all net. It kind of comes out like an L. I fucking went up there.
Put that thing on silent, bro. What the fuck?
Well, then he
No,
won't
you
hear
can't
it.
hear it.
Sometimes shit happens.
My butthole vibrates.
Who was it, man? There's a
not
dude
know
with
how to turn
National
on something.
Geographic filming it. He's dead now. But he had gone out there and he was filming us do our takedowns of the Go Plat and stuff. And anyways,
So
he has
explain
me
the Go Plat for the audience,
a
because I
gas
need to
and
know as
oil
well.
platform.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I
Um,
just call them an oil platform, but yeah.
Yeah. Go Plat, gas and oil
Sounds
platform.
cooler.
Yeah,
I
it's
guess,
true.
Yeah. No, it is just part of our workup.
Yeah.
You'd have to go out after CQB or CQC or whatever the shit, salts, and then you go do your
So you
gas
just
and oil
helo
platform.
in and say what's out to all the.
No, man, you
all
go
the
out on a
beatniks.
boat.
Water.
We went out on a boat. So we were staying in Santa Barbara. We'd go out on a boat, and there's like 3 platforms.
Might as well
out
practice
there.
caving ladders, not that bitch.
Oh, we do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
No,
fucking
no,
a high
no.
caving ladder
Like
climb.
3-stage climb, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah,
the-
that's
the-
gotta be
the
high.
climb isn't that bad. Getting the fucking thing up, because I
Getting the
was a
pole,
ladder man
yeah.
on that. And it was,
Fucking pole, man.
The
when it's
carbon
like
fiber ones.
40
that's all of it.
fucking feet or whatever. Maybe I don't know how
Well,
high
dude,
it
in
goes.
the
Maybe
90s,
it felt like
fucking
it felt like
pole.
Big
40
ass,
fucking feet.
big ass fucking
Yeah.
yellow motherfucker.
Yeah, that thing when it's full of water too.
Oh yeah.
And
Oh,
you got
fuck.
my like thing fully inflated, and I'm
And
like,
you're doing this.
and you're drowning.
You're
like, oh
kicking
my
your
God.
ass off.
And guys are like, get it the fuck up there, get it on.
Yeah.
Dude,
Fuck you, you
Yeah.
do it.
go.
Everybody wants to be first on the fucking line. People like, you're like, get the fuck off of me, fucking prick.
Yeah, dude.
Super fun.
Yeah, super fun.
Yeah.
No, yeah. So we've been
greatest
doing
thing
that. And this
ever.
was a Friday. We completed all of our training for the week, and they wouldn't let me do it until the end of the week. So Friday came. We finished up training, start practicing our jumps and shit, and then I went up to the top, and I literally took like one breath, and I stepped off that motherfucker.
God.
And when
damn,
I
dude.
stepped off,
No hesitation.
no hesitation, zero. When I stepped off, I fucking just remember
A little lean back.
like I was doing this thing here.
Oh, I
with
call it
my-
rolling up the windows.
And I'm just like, holy shit. And I'm still falling, man. I'm still falling. I'm like, fuck.
Maybe
like,
this
is
was a
not-
mistake.
Maybe I'm dead.
Enough time to have a second thought.
and then all of a sudden, man, fucking, I mean, I heard the wind pick up in my ears, bro. Just before I hit, I heard the wind go. I remember hearing it go, and boom. I fucking hit so hard, bro. I tell people, I think I kissed one foot and I kicked myself in the back of the fucking head with the other. Bro, I thought I broke my fucking back. They had SBU out there and they had the safety boats and shit. And I came up, I mean, and then I remember just pulling and pulling. I don't know how I didn't perf an eardrum, I remember pulling and finally getting to the fucking surface. Just, fuck, I went deep, you know. Anyways, they're like, hey, do you need a hand? And I'm like, no, I got it. I was in too much fucking pain, bro.
I'm fine.
Yeah.
I was just like, don't talk to me right now. And thank God I was in a wetsuit.
All good.
And I just started swimming back to the fucking monkey lines that you fucking. The dudes are up at the top, and they're like, you know, are you okay? At least that's what I thought they were saying. They're like, are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, I'm okay. And I swim to the fucking monkey lines. Turns out later on they were asking, is it okay? Is it okay
God.
to jump from 120 fucking foot?
They're like, no.
I would have been like, no, don't fucking go.
There's people's drunk.
Danny,
It's totally fun. Yes, you should do
I
this.
fucking pulled Danny's
Best
man
thing
card.
ever.
Did he do it?
Danny had to go.
Yeah.
And I guess, I made it up. I pulled myself up and I sat down. I remember trying to stand up. I totally fucking ripped my groin.
Oh no.
I couldn't walk.
Oof.
And they brought all my gear down for me and shit, put me in the boat. I ended up going back straight to the fucking hospital and crutches and codeine.
Oh, shit.
But
Bet.
Danny, I guess, I wish I could have seen this shit because I guess he was up there and he kept like wanting to go, but then backing and then wanting to go and then backing.
He's
They're
smart.
like, come on, pussy. And I would love to call Danny Carroll a pussy, but he just wasn't, you know. So, but anyway, he's a pussy.
Did
that
he
day.
go?
He went and he blew out his knee.
Not a pussy.
Did he?
Yeah.
He blew out his knee. A fucking Navy message came out after that saying, or
That shit's over.
for our community, no one fucking jumps from the fucking 120.
Yeah.
Yeah, the highest we jumped was, I think, like 40, 50 feet. And that was enough to be like,
Dude,
okay,
that's
this
a
seems
brutal
pretty fucking high,
drop.
dude.
Yeah.
It's
I
high,
can't imagine
bro. It's
120.
high.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you know, going back to Dano's fucking thing, like always do something everyone will remember you by. I was
Yeah.
a program manager for the SEER school, man, and I had two of my instructors walk into my office, and they were talking about this story about this team guy that had jumped off one of the go plats from like 300 feet or something, whatever
You
it
got to
was.
keep that shit going.
Oh, hell yeah.
No, they're telling this story,
And
and,
I was
and
free falling in. Right?
I was like-
cut away my.
I finally stop them. I'm like, all right, who fucking told you? Who put you up to this shit? And they're like, what? I go, that was me. And they go, what? Yeah.
And it's 120, you bitch.
Yeah. Yeah.
400.
Wasn't
Yeah.
400.
Yeah. It's higher than the
Well,
fucking bridge.
I think
I
there's-
jumped with a chest mount reserve.
Jumped off of Everest and landed in San Diego.
I just
That's a
fucked
lot of-
myself up with that, though. I didn't hurt myself.
There's a
man.
lot of lessons to be learned. I remember when I learned that you need to back up the shit that you talk. Because we're out at the island. I don't know if you remember this or not. It was during demo phase. We're doing blowing up the Jap scullies at the end, and we're getting pretty drunk because there's very little responsibility at the time because everybody handles their shit. When you're in charge of shit, you're straight and you're square. Well, the other guys, you're kind of like you're an accessory, and there's not a whole lot of responsibility. You're just kind of observing, so there's not a whole lot going on. So I knew the next day I was supposed to go out and like 6 a.m. or something, and you get out there, and my role was not to be in charge of anything, just kind of float around and like check the knots, make sure nothing's fucked up. So it was limited responsibility. So the night before, I'm getting fucking wasted in the hell box, fucking Jack and Cokes and all the fucking shenanigans. And the students were complaining about the cold, so it was like December or something. It is legit cold. But me being having some liquor, I'm like, you fucking pussies, like this and that, like fucking making fun of them. They're like, oh. So I'm like, I'll fucking go out there in my UDTs tomorrow and fucking do it. Like that's it. And they're like, they were asking for bigger wetsuits if they gave bigger wetsuits to win them. Like, you fucking pussies, I'll go out there in my fucking UDTs tomorrow and do it. Well, when I'm warm in the hell box and having a few drinks, sounds awesome. Like, yeah, whatever, dude.
Yeah.
So drinking the entire night. Well, the statute of limitations is definitely up on this. And so 5 a.m. rolls around. We're still in the fucking hell box. And I'm like, oh my God, I have to actually do what I said I'm going to do. And this, because if I don't, like,
No,
students
I
will be
don't
like,
remember
"This
that."
Fucking, like, people remember me for something. People remember Ryan for talking shit and then not backing it up. So I'm like, okay,
Yeah,
I gotta
can't have
fucking
that.
do this. So I went. Maybe it wasn't 5. It was. I remember going to my room. I had like 45 minutes or half hour sleep, and I'm like, okay, I gotta get up. And I get up. And I'm still fucking drunk, but not drunk enough to not care. Just drunk enough to like, oh my God, this is a horrible idea. Why did I talk myself into this? But I'm like, bro, I gotta fucking do it. So I go down to the cafeteria and I make myself a coffee, and it's like half coffee and half Jack. I'm just like, I'm in my UDTs. I'm like, let's fucking go. So down this fucking Jack and coffee. I'm like, let's go, bitches. So I run out there because you can't show any fear or hesitation at the moment. Like, I got to go in it. So I'm like, let's be miserable, but fuck it. And I went out there and I was just like drunk as a skunk on my fucking little floaty, observing shit and paddling around my UDTs. And I did it, but that was a very big lesson to myself. Like, man, I'm not gonna talk any more shit when I'm drunk, dude. Because that was not fun, dude. It turns out the students are right. It was cold as fuck. It was pretty cold.
Maybe bigger wetsuits are.
Like maybe, yeah, maybe you know what?
fuck,
I would have
wetsuits
appreciated a wetsuit at that
Yeah,
point.
you
Yes.
would've.
I remember first phase, Joe Hawes. That motherfucker would always come out. We'd be in our rubber with our fucking the beaver tail, UDTs, and fucking Joe Hawes comes out there, had a fucking wetsuit, hat, with a stupid fucking bill on it.
Oh, the brim, yeah.
And then a red Speedo, and that was it.
But big yoked up.
Oh, he was
black
fucking
ass,
yoked,
curly
dude. He
haired
had
body.
His fucking belly was like out here, but he had abs.
It's ass. Like this.
Christ.
You picked that shit on, Joe.
Yeah, I'm like, God damn it, dude. But yeah, I was like, holy
Bro.
fuck, man. Whose idea was
When
this?
I was on the parachute team, man, when I was on the jump team, I was on the jump team with John Smith. You remember John Smith?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he did a workout. He is on the jump team.
Hey,
And I
Dan,
remember this fucking
grab me
guy.
one?
He had great abs, bro. I mean, like, he is a Greek god. He was getting ready for a bodybuilding competition. And after the competition, we went out to Key West, Florida, and we yeah, I'll have one. We fuck off. Looks like you can use a cold one.
It's
Here,
fake beer.
here, take this empty.
Here's this near
Hey,
beer.
this is a fucking funny jump team story, and I got about 1 million of these, and I
No,
can't
no,
share them
yeah.
all with you. But we went to Key West, Florida. We would go there for our winter training to get ready for the show season. And
Winter training.
yeah. Well, we'd go to Key West because it's good weather.
Like, oh, can't do it in San Diego, guys. Sorry, had to go to Key West.
John, he would lay down and like he would flex his abs, and we'd pour water on his abs, just like a little bit, just
And
see how
then
long
lick
he
it
could
off,
hold
or-
it to see. Yeah.
Body shots, guys.
Well,
Get off of there.
he had like zero body fat, dude. He was doing like
Hope some
24,
runs down by his
24
balls, huh?
chicken breast a day with no salt, just pepper.
Dang.
20 before his competition.
This is
Then
before that was cool.
Yeah, that's hardcore, man. Yeah.
he fucking he
What was this? Probably like late 90s?
this is in like 2001 or
Oh,
something.
fuck. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, same shit.
Yeah.
Late 90s,
Yeah.
early.
Yeah, I know, man. I mean, the dude was
39,
ripped,
'cause that
no
shit
body
was
fat.
bad.
But then he came off of the. He finished the bodybuild. He did pretty good, like third or something, amateur, first time, whatever. It's pretty
That's
good.
yeah.
But then we're out at Key West and we're doing our winter training, and we went out onto what's the name of the street down there? Whatever, doesn't matter.
Oh, Duval.
Yeah,
Where
Duval.
all the fags are.
Yeah.
Not until they showed up.
we didn't go left. We went right. We were at some fucking bar, dude, and everyone went to the bar there. Anyways, John has like 2 fucking beers, gets shit faced because he's not had any alcohol for
Oh yeah.
a year, and he gets fucking hammered drunk. And when he's hammered drunk, he decides there's a table of chicks, man. Like 6 chicks are at this table. It's a round table. And he decides it's going to be a good idea for him to fucking jump up. And he fucking rips his shirt off. And he fucking does the crab. And he's like, and
No.
he passes out, dude. And he falls off the table. He knocks all their fucking drinks off the table. And we're just like, what the fuck? That's the funniest shit.
Very impressive. Very impressive.
But we're kind of worried about him, right? Like, hey, man, fuck. Hey, wake up. Giving him some of that shit. Wake up. And he fucking comes to. Well, he comes to, and the last memory that's in his brain housing group somehow is that he needs to show these girls that he can do a
So he
fucking
does it again.
crab. He jumps up on the fucking table,
Again?
and now he doesn't have a shirt on. He just has the fuck.
Does it again? Twice?
He fucking-
Yes.
And he fell off the fucking table 2
It'll
times.
probably work
That's
this
some
time.
funny
yeah.
shit right now. I could.
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
After that,
Yeah,
we
yeah,
just
yeah.
said, it's time to go home.
I bet these girls are so fucking impressed.
Oh, absolutely.
Hopefully one of them's listening to
They
this show.
were
and like,
all-
I remember that motherfucker.
Well, shit, dude. Yeah.
They're probably all in their 70s.
Yeah, no shit, dude.
Dude, I remember when I think he must have came to training cell or something, or not training cell, trade at. We were on a trip. We were at fucking Memphis, Shaw.
Yeah.
And this was with Big Daddy's platoon or troop, so it was like Delta Echo Fox
Bows, yeah.
5. And Smitty shows up. John Smith shows up, and I think he was with Trade. Like he went to assaults for Trade at.
Mm-hmm.
And we're at this fucking bar on Beale. It's the one at the fucking I can't remember the name of the fucking bar, but dude, I could tell like he wanted to fucking fight somebody.
Of course
like,
he did.
He's in the fucking bar, and dude, he's just chugging fucking beers, and I'm like, dude, this guy is on a fucking mission. And I knew him from
Big Daddy.
no John Smith.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So I knew him when I first got to 5. I think he'd probably not just left, but because I think he was in Bravo platoon with like JD and those guys. Because that was my sister platoon.
Okay.
'Cause I was in Charlie.
Your sister's platoon?
Yeah. Your sister, first Navy SEAL. First female Navy SEAL.
Kristen Beck.
Yeah.
Kristen Kent.
I was waiting for that.
We got to get to that story too. Yeah, we got to get to that one.
But I just remember John, who was just like, fuck, just on a mission. I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ, dude. And then sure as fuck, fucking gets cut off from the fucking bar. You know, bartender's like, nah, you're done. And then fucking he's like, fuck, God damn it. He's all pissed off. And bouncer comes over. And I'm like, oh, shit, man, this is not going to end well, dude.
Show him his abs.
Frankenstein's.
It's like those fucking goats that go to sleep when you clean.
Body shots! Yeah.
At least it laid down for him for the body shots.
Yeah, I was like, oh, fuck, man. He's about to fucking crack this fucking bouncer or some shit. And he was cool. He's like, fuck it. And I actually left with him.
He's
I
a
was
good
like,
dude, man. A lot of good dudes in the teams. No, good fucking dudes in the teams, man. You know, that's
solid.
you know, there are two
Body
things, man.
shots.
Like two things that I have from the teams, man. Number one is just the fucking experiences, right? Like I went from being a poor white trash kid in Monahans, Texas, to getting onto the parachute team and being able to travel around and kind of see behind, get to kind of schmooze
That
with
must
the
have been a
wealthy,
really cool
bro. Because
experience over there,
everywhere
yeah.
you go, man, it's a
Yeah.
party.
Yeah.
It's a fucking party, dude.
Yeah.
It's like, and people want to invite you to shit.
Well,
You
because
get
you're
free
jumping into the
tickets.
stadium,
Bro,
so,
we're
like,
jumping into the
Navy
Indy
SEALs jumping
500.
with Navy SEAL
Hey.
on your parachute, bro. That's pretty.
I'm jumping
that's
into
pretty cool.
I'm jumping into the Kansas City Chiefs games when Lamar Hunt was still alive and going up to his box, and hanging out in his
Yeah,
box with
that's
free
cool.
food and free drinks. I'm going to the Indy 500. I'm going to the owner's box,
Don't
Yeah.
even
like
need
right
a
on the
ticket.
start line.
Yeah,
That's
dude.
awesome.
Getting the free fucking pit passes and just all that shit.
We just bypass security. Just jump.
And
in.
I'm just like, man, a kid from Monahans, Texas would never in a million years been able to do something like I've been able to do and experience.
That's true. It's
And-
very
and-
unique opportunities. Yeah.
Unique opportunities, man.
And all the guys that you grew up with, where are they now? You know what I mean? All the
Working in
kids
the
you
oil
graduated
field.
high school with.
they're not doing this,
NPCs.
man.
No, they're still now they're living in their dad's
Yeah,
trailer.
true.
Yeah.
Four
Yeah.
times a weight.
Well, life's a series of choices, man. You know?
Yeah,
and
man.
You do the best you can at every one, and
Yeah.
you're like, you just keep working.
Mm-hmm.
Just keep grinding, and some of them work out, and some of them don't, but you just keep going.
Yeah. No, man, I tell you what. But the quality of the human that comes into the military, I mean, as a BUDS instructor, when I was a BUDS instructor, it's like when I first got there, I was like, well, he's a fucking quitter. He's a piece of shit.
I'm going to pull a gun on
Hey,
him.
bro.
You weren't thinking.
No, man, at least they gave it a shot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you get a little maturity underneath your belt, and you realize at least the fucking kid wanted to do something good for his country.
Yeah.
Dude,
I
yeah.
mean, he's not a shithead. He just didn't make it because
Yeah.
it's a hard program.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
Like,
and some of the best teams I know, some of the best team guys I know, didn't make it their first time. They quit and came back, and now they're like,
Look at Johnny Collins. He did it 6 times.
What?
Jesus.
who?
Johnny Collins.
How did he do
You're
it?
making
Six?
shit up now.
No
bro.
way, six.
No, I swear to God, he's even.
How is it even
He
possible?
went to Gitmo and shit.
No, he was in the Buds pipeline for 2 fucking years.
Yeah, but he
No, he
get
didn't
washed
try
out. He
six
went
times.
to Gitmo
No,
and came
'cause
back.
We got guys. We
Yeah.
got
Yeah.
guys we look at in the pipeline. Been in the pipeline like fucking 800 days. And I'm like, dude, that's fucking 2 years. This
But
fucker
also,
got-
It's happening.
Because
I mean,
it's
part of you
happening.
wants to be like, what the fuck, get your shit together. But the other part of you is like, what the fuck? Like, you're able to deal with this for that long.
Yeah.
But
and
no.
sustain.
But see, it's the guy that fucking he quits before Hell Week, or he's like,
Right.
So then he's there for fucking 800 days
Yeah.
before he gets back in Hell Week again, and then quits.
Yeah.
Fuck, dude.
So this is
What
different.
the
So
fuck?
Johnny, I don't think Johnny ever quit. I think he just had bad
No,
luck.
he never quit.
Yeah, he's bad
No,
luck.
it was always just injuries and bad luck.
Yeah, but
Got a great head of hair. Too.
But also there are dudes that quit and made it, and they're great dudes. But also there are dudes that quit and they're like, hey man, this is just not for me, and they're fucking fantastic
Yeah.
dudes. Like
Yeah.
being team guy is cool. Like we all like it's awesome. I love it. I'm thankful that I made it and grateful for the experience I have. But also, I'm like, dude, I talk to people all the time that they went through or they tried to go through and didn't make it for whatever reason, and man, it haunts them. It haunts them forever.
Of course
and
it does. Of course it does.
But I tell them,
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, this has no bearing. This is something that this is a mechanism of like this point in your life and these times and this timing and whatever it happens to be. But like, the only person that gives a fuck about you not making it is you. But nobody else
Yeah.
cares.
The
Nobody
sad
else
thing
thinks
is,
less of you
the
for
thing
this at all.
if being a team guy defines your life, you're a sad motherfucker.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Dude, being
Yes,
a team guy's the
thank you.
best thing that ever happened to me, but it defined who I am.
Yeah.
I'm not who I am because
Right.
I made it through buds.
No.
You
Yeah.
know, fuck, man.
Yeah.
And being a team guy, it's the greatest experience, and we all fucking love it. But yeah, so if you didn't make, who cares, man? You're still a great guy. I don't only hang out with team guys because they're the best people. Dude, it doesn't
No.
matter.
It-
dude.
it's context.
Wild
It's
is
cool. Yeah.
a few months ago I was at Little Club, and
Where's that at? Oh, Coronado. Yeah.
yeah, right next to
Never heard of
Nicky
it.
Rotten's. And I was there, and I was playing pool, and it was like me and Nicky and like the ERT crew, and these two guys come up to me like kids, you know, and they're like, "This is gonna sound egotistical, but I'm getting to the point." But they're like, "Are you Nick Betts?" And I'm like,
Goddamn right.
"Fuck." I'm like, yeah, how do you know me? And they're like, "Oh, dude, like, we love all your content, like all the things that you're shooting for ERT, and, you know, blah, blah, blah." And I'm like, "Well, sick, dude, what's your name?" You know, and introduced myself to both of them, even though they knew who the fuck I was. And I was like, "So what's your story, guys?" And they're like, well, and there was like three of them. And they're like, "We all just dropped out of buds." And I'm like,
It's fair.
"Did
Fine.
you DOR?" And they're like, "Yeah." I'm like, "How do you feel about that?" They're like, "Wasn't for us." And I'm like,
Fair.
It was probably the most honest answer I probably would have ever expected
Everybody
out of
makes
something
an
like
excuse,
that.
dude. I have so much respect
Right,
for somebody
and
who's
that's
just like, no, I just
that's
didn't want to
exactly
do
it. Is
fine.
you know the fact that they were willing to, you know, not embellish
90% of it is like,
or
oh,
whatever.
med drop. Got the homo.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
yeah.
But they're like, no,
instructors
just
had it out for me.
DOR.
The instructors hated me.
No, they put me out because I
They
would
were
take
scared.
over.
Exactly.
Shut up.
Exactly. And then they're just like, no. I was like, so you rang the bell? And they're like, yeah, we rang the bell. I'm like, so what are you gonna do now? And they're like, I don't know, dude. I really don't.
Only
Like, I
fans.
thought this was gonna be it, and come to find out it's not. And so now we're just getting drunk trying to find out what the fuck we're else, you know,
Dude, that-
what the fuck else we're gonna do with our life.
That's a valid start to
And
the
it
next
was the
journey,
most
yeah.
honest answer that I ever would have expected, because a lot of the guys, you know, that I've heard or talked to, whatever, that have DOR'd, it's always the embellishment, right?
Dude, how is that though? Because don't know what I'm doing in real life now. I was gonna make that. So they were set. That was their life. That life's dream. This is it. This is gonna be.
This is
that's
what I'm
set
thinking in the
up
back of my
forever.
head.
Yeah, but it's like, dude. So this was it for you. So that don't know what you're. Oh fuck, my life's over. I'll figure something out. You know?
Right.
Jeez, dude.
So
come
now
on.
you're sitting here blowing money that you don't have playing pool
Yeah.
against people that, you know,
That they're
you
gonna
follow on
kick your
Instagram.
ass and kill you anyway.
Well, but
There's
there's
always a pool tournament.
I think, but we,
Professional pool player.
but I think because we're all out now,
probably a good idea.
I think there is validity to that moment in time where you're like, fuck, man, you just need a moment to figure your shit out.
Yeah.
And you're like, dude, I don't know what
Especially
I'm
at
gonna
that age.
Yeah.
18,
Yeah,
19, 20. You need that kind of,
You
All right, now
just
what?
don't fucking know what life is like, bro.
You don't.
I mean, you don't know.
Yeah. They seem so important
You know,
in
it's
the
that
moment.
centralist mindset of like wherever I'm at, that's the most important thing in my life, and then
Mhm.
that thing gets shattered by their own hand.
Yeah.
Whatever, ringing the fucking bell.
It's
man,
like your first love and it doesn't work out.
All
Your
that
first,
shit.
your
or
first
high school
marriage
for that
or-
matter. You
I
know?
wonder, like, they say everybody that's ever jumped off the San Francisco Bridge and lived, when they interview, they say, so what were you thinking the second you jumped off?
I fucking
I
regret
shouldn't
this.
have done that.
Every single one of
It's
them.
like same guy, bud.
This is gonna be called.
What do you think as soon as you ring that bell? I shouldn't have done that.
I never thought about ringing the bell, man. I never
No
fucking. You know
chance,
what?
no
And it wasn't
fucking way,
because
dude.
number one, I guess I just fucking really enjoyed the daily fucking grind, right? Like I just enjoyed
You're
having
with the
something
boys,
to do.
dude.
Like
Yeah,
whenever
it sucked, but you're with the
after
boys.
buds, I mean, you guys probably experience it too, man. I mean, like that depression that sets in after you graduate buds and you go through the team.
Dude,
you're like,
we had 3 people quit after Hell Week in my class.
oh wow,
After Hell Week.
yeah. Well, it
Yeah, was
fucking
weird.
happened.
Like the next week. They're
That's
just like,
well, that's the challenge they set in their mind. They're like,
they
if I
think
can
they
do
proved it
this.
to themselves,
Yeah.
and then one of them actually regretted it, went to security, went back, made it, and he was in my second platoon.
Oh wow,
He's a fucking phenomenal guy, phenomenal team guy.
yeah.
Are you just straight braining that fucking
Yeah,
shit?
dude.
Oh my
It's all right,
god,
though.
dude.
Bro,
That would put me on the floor.
I gotta-
You're a tank, Ivan.
No, I swear to God.
Oh my
dude.
god.
Cranking off
Hey,
for the time, dude.
you
No,
can't
gotta
smell
get-
cake.
Well, I got a lot. I got a lot of puffs.
He's got a filter.
I gotta get through that.
he
shit.
does have a womb broom filter. But no, there's a reason why I guess I use these on podcasts. But hey,
Dude, that's fucking
if you want to send
rocks.
us
I love
more
that
of these,
shit.
let me know. Because
Well, because we can't do cocaine, so
says
Why
we
not?
can't.
No, I'm sorry.
Cocaine, it's a hell of a drug.
I never liked cocaine, man. I've tried it 3 times in my life, and every
It
time
sucks, dude.
it's not my jam, dude.
No. Grind your teeth.
I gave it up for
and then
Lent.
want more. I'm just gonna spend more money for shit that doesn't do anything.
No,
for
I
me.
just never-
Better Coke.
So I tried it 3 times, and every time I just never felt much, and I thought, oh, maybe I got bunk shit. So then my buddy, who's like a connoisseur of it, just a couple of years ago, he's like, dude, I got this Colombian shit. It's the best. I'm like, well, he would know. So I'm like, okay, maybe this will answer my question. It's like
Was it
maybe I
Frank?
got bunk shit. No, it's a different dude.
They're like, it's called fentanyl or something.
They spell it funny now.
He was so excited about it, so he brought it over, and we did it. I'm like, you know what? I just honestly, Adderall, it just didn't work on me for whatever reason.
I
And
like it too much.
Well, Adderall, no, I had a regular thing, but Adderall affects me way more than cocaine does, apparently. And because we did,
It's got a lot longer lifespan.
Well, 'cause
That's how I graduated college.
we just did DMT. We just did DMT the other day, and I did it. I'm like, I didn't feel anything.
Oh no, he's completely immune to it.
It's
so
weird.
I have like a 5-MeO pen, right, that we get in Southern California.
And
because
I was
we're in
looking
Southern
forward to
California.
seeing God. I'm like, this is gonna be
And
great.
like
We're out camping and shit.
I was like, all right, let me show you. And then I passed it off to Ryan, and I just got gone. Right, like very prismatic, like I'm playing Super Mario in my fucking head, you know. And all you do is just sit here, but it is the most highly intense visual experience you've ever seen in your life. And I give it to Ryan, and Ryan's like just killing this pen. I'm just watching the oil going down.
well, because I thought nothing was.
And then he hands it back,
I'm
and
like,
he's like,
No
"What
shit.
now?" Like
That's
completely
fire.
immune to it. It's like
I don't know.
asparagus piss, you know.
yeah, it's
Some
just
people can smell it,
weird.
some
So
people can't.
but
He's immune to asparagus.
well,
piss.
but after
Brian's
doing
mind has
that,
the same shit going on. That shit don't even
well,
help.
but that's the thing that made me realize that maybe I just don't experience that particular
I think you have
receptor
certain,
in a
like,
certain
neurological
way,
receptors
yeah.
that,
and
that
well,
aren't connected.
thank God I'm not into
You're autistic,
cocaine
dude.
because, like, Jesus
Bro,
Christ,
I
probably ruined my life if I was.
you know what? Alcohol is my jam. I
I love
guess,
alcohol.
because
I really do.
You know,
Alcohol's the best drug.
Yeah,
I get-
I enjoy it.
Well, maybe
If I-
weed too.
I know so many
if I
guys that
smoke
love
if
weed.
I smoke weed, I get super paranoid and I feel like I'm a piece of
Well,
shit.
Yeah, I don't enjoy
If
it
I-
either.
over
yeah.
that.
If I fucking and I haven't done coke in God since I was a kid, but like what I hated about it was it just made me feel so. I mean, the times I did it, I was like so selfish, man. It's like, hey, look, there goes Elvis. Fucking, you know, you pull out,
You're stealing your friend's drug.
yeah, you know, and they go fucking in the bathroom and do. It's like, what kind of fucking
Yeah.
asshole am I? I don't even, you know, I'll give you whiskey, I'll give you a beer, I'll give you whatever.
Well,
But
boy,
you
if
ain't
do
handing out your
cocaine,
baggie.
You ain't giving no cocaine away.
The way
You ain't handing that shit out.
the way I look at drugs
I
now,
don't know.
whether that's alcohol or weed or cocaine, whatever fucking drug it is I want the drug to enhance the experience I'm already having, not be the whole experience,
Yeah.
right? And I think that's a drug. Unless you're gonna go to like an ayahuasca thing or like I'm gonna do like a hero dose.
Well,
of
that's far
something
from
or whatever.
recreational.
Right, that's different. That's
Yeah.
that's not a lot of fun.
No,
I mean,
it's
you
not
might
fun
learn
at all.
something, it's not that fun. But I think most drugs within moderation, if you can do this, are like it can generally be a good fucking thing. Do you want to take a break? Because I have one more story. We want to hear about the motorcycle club.
He has
I
5
want to
minutes
talk to you.
before he
I
has
want
to
to talk
leave.
to you about it. I can
Yeah.
push it a little bit, man. If we want to take a quick break,
Yeah,
I mean it's already 4:30 almost.
yeah. Let's take a quick break. All right, we're back. Ivan's gonna sing us a tune here.
Yeah.
Out in the West Texas
I just play it, I'm not
town of
singing.
El Paso.
So I love this
I
song.
fell
Martin
in love with
Robbins.
a Mexican girl.
Oh gosh, man. Let's see.
Loopy, that's
Where were we
where
at,
you're
Ron? You
at.
got
Oh, Jesus.
Oh shit.
Trying to improve
All right, now
your
we're getting into it.
What happened?
Yes, we are.
All right, so
Yeah, man.
this isn't a concert.
I know we were wrong.
And where the hell was I?
All right, so we're telling a bunch of stories, but we definitely we want to get into the motorcycle club thing because
Yeah.
I know that's been
Yeah.
a huge thing for Dave. We were talking about yesterday, and you, and like I'm curious about it as well. So
Yeah.
I know it means a lot to you. So let's
It does.
dive into that for a bit.
It does, man. I'd love to talk about the club because it's very important to me. It's so shoot, man. When I was in Buds, with Joel Lambert, me and Drago and Joel, we all had bikes. We were on dive phase. We always go ride. We always talk about, man, we should start a fucking motorcycle club.
Oh, that's right. You guys
Oh,
are
as
second phase
instructors.
together. Instructors,
yeah.
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 I was
yeah.
like, damn. Like,
What?
You should ride a bike? Well, never mind.
No, man. It was just something we talked about in passing, and then so that was in 2009. I retired. Of course, I think with Drago, he went. Yeah, we all went our separate ways, and then I don't remember, man, when Joel Lambert called me back up, and he's like, "Hey, man, I'm serious about fucking. Let's start a club." And I was like, "I'm in, bro. I'm in. I want to, I'm in, 100%. Who else is in?"
Mm-hmm.
And so our club's it's a lot different than other clubs, like I grew up, my uncle, he was never in a club, but he was a Harley guy, and so I always had a fascination. And I rode motorcycles when I was a fucking kid, all the way throughout life, and never bought a Harley until 04 or something, 05, whenever I bought a Fat Boy. And anyways, we just had this idea, hey, let's start a fucking club. And of course, there's no shortage of good ideas in the teams, with team guys especially.
Oh, yeah.
There's a shortage of fucking action.
Shortage of follow through, yeah.
And
that's the key.
and I got to give it up for Joel, man. Like I as far as I know, with the club, man, he and we have a club historian that anyways, we'll get to that maybe. He said, "Hey, let's fucking do this." And I was like, "I'm in 100%. I don't know who else is in." And there are a lot of team guys that are, Frogmen are now in the Frogmen MC. That yeah. I will. Well, that was a big holdup, man. The 3-patch. So when there are a lot of groups of motorcycle riders, right? Like there are a lot of military clubs of motorcycle riders. You got the VFW riders. You got a bunch of good clubs.
There's a difference between riders and a club.
They're a riding club
Okay,
as opposed to a motorcycle
Motorcycle
club,
club,
an
okay.
MC. So on our cut, we got an MC cube on the back, and our patch is broken into 3 different pieces. And what that means is that, you're nationwide, you have a prospect period, which is super fucking important, that, and that you pay dues. So it's not a free ride. Like our club, man, what I love about it the most is that, I left the teams. I never lost a brotherhood because I live in IB, bro. People stop by my house all the fucking time for beers.
Yeah.
But for a lot of dudes, man, they go wherever and they just get out of touch. And we've had so many dudes like whack themselves. And it's just like, we have a guy in our club now, man. He was on the verge, and he self-admits that. He's like, yeah, until I found the club, I reconnected with people that were like-minded.
You need a camaraderie.
Yeah.
And so when we first started talking about the club, man, and sharing it with dudes and the other team guys, because everyone's a SEAL. You have to be a SEAL to be in the club.
I was going to ask you, how does that carry on and caveat into prospecting, right? Because they're almost already vetted to a degree.
They are vetted. So our biggest thing, man, honestly, we know that if we can or cannot trust the dude.
Yeah.
Right. Like
you probably already know from their reputation.
Someone already
It's easy
knows
to find out.
them.
Yeah.
We have, our prospect period is it's a little different. It's not like I got to get a guy and
Do you have tits or not?
yeah, right. And I have to, let's fucking deal with that. It's just like, yeah, I fucking know you. Now, what do you know about the world, the MC world? Like we always say, like we didn't come into this world to fucking make the rules because we didn't. And that's a hard pill for fucking a lot of team guys to swallow.
No.
We didn't make the fucking rules. We want to abide by them.
Yeah.
And the thing about an MC, man, is it's a lot like the teams. I mean, it's just a
It is.
brotherhood. I mean, a tight motorcycle club. Look, we swear an oath to one another, man. If you need something, I'm there for you, right? So
Yeah.
no matter what time of fucking day or night,
Everyone's
if
dropping
you need
it.
something, whatever the fuck it is,
Yeah.
man. Sorry.
COVID.
Sorry, sir.
Get him on the ventilator.
Congratulations, Kevin. You got
A little
COVID.
bit, Kev. You're getting
Uh,
choked
Yeah,
up.
get herpes twice.
Anyways, when we started spreading the word and kind of just pulsing people, and a lot of dudes are really fucking scared. They're like, especially guys that knew about the fucking MC world. They're like,
The 1%ers.
you guys are gonna go into the fucking MC world. You're gonna get fucked up, and we're like, yeah.
I wouldn't
Well,
take a
we-
bunch of frogmen being scared.
Yeah,
by-
we're
scared
like,
by
yeah,
that.
no. Guys just don't want drama in their lives, They just don't
Yeah.
want. They
Well,
don't want.
especially when they're family
They're not.
men.
They're not looking for it, and
They're
we're
not
like,
calling their sons,
we're
telling
like,
them
hey,
they're
man.
going to murder him across the street.
But man, the thing is like, well, we'll fucking answer the call,
Yeah.
right? So we're not pussies.
You
We'll-
still have it, but you're just not running
No, man,
prostitution rings
yeah,
and drugs
yeah.
across the country.
So Joel came to me, and then we started collaborating with some dudes on the East Coast, and we started designing our patch, and we wrote up our constitution. But one of the funny things is you're not going to enter that world just
Wimbly
if
dimbly.
no one fucking knows you. And it's like, well, fuck, who do they know, man? And it's like Mike Martin. They know fucking Mike because Mike's a biker. He's been a biker for years. He's a biker when he got out. He was in clubs before. Yeah,
Well,
okay.
even we all
Yes.
know somebody that has affiliations with HA. And I'm not going to say his name on here, but I'll tell you guys off camera. But there are avenues that you guys have.
Yeah, San Diego's a small.
No, bro.
It's a big,
You know
small
what? 1%ers. Again, I think we probably get along with 1%ers more than we get along with
I would agree.
the
Probably.
military clubs.
Yeah, probably.
No, we do, man. Like they're
Yeah.
they're more like-minded than we are.
Yeah,
Um,
they're not these. I don't know. I mean, I'm not knocking, the religious aspect of it, but that you have, and you would know it better than I do, but. Because every time that we would come home from a deployment, there would be like the motorcycle crew of like the super religious guys,
Mhm.
And they're all riding in, but they are not an MC, I guess, or at least they do not assimilate with the 1%er crew in any capacity.
yeah. We're not like that,
Yeah.
man. We're friends with everyone. I mean, we have friends in all the clubs.
Well, the thing is, as a three-patch club, the 1%er crew looked at you they had to look at you skew-eyed, right? So you got to make right, like, they do. We're not selling dope. We're not slinging up. We're
Right.
a three-patch club.
So that's our
we're
thing.
done.
Yeah.
So
But you also gotta
either
remind them
deal
how-
with us as we are, or fucking come on.
Right,
And that's
exactly.
what You had to challenge them. You challenged them. You told these fuckers.
Well, so we had so you have to get voted in, right?
Yeah.
So it's 100% vote. There can't be any holdouts.
No,
There was-
sure.
Yeah. No, when we got voted in, it wasn't an easy process.
Is that the
Like, there-
auditorium thing we were
there-
talking about on the last episode?
Yeah. There's a process, and again, it's like you get kicked out, they fucking vote on you, and you come back in, you don't know if you're in or out. We were not voted in the first time we got voted.
Really? Was
on.
that the auditorium one? Was that the first time or the second time?
That was the so the first time. So you have to go to some meetings, and you have to hang out with dudes, and you have to there's just some stuff.
So
you,
what I really
you
want
got
to
to do that I don't really want to talk about on camera.
No
but-
worries.
Yeah, for sure.
Or on
that's
whatever.
OPSEC. But who's organizing a bunch of fucking 1%ers?
Well,
like
it's
the
not, no,
three-patch
it's not-
crew.
it's not
Like,
just
is there like a board of
1%ers, bro.
directors?
Yes, there
Well,
is. Yeah,
yeah,
no,
okay.
it's a very formal organization. The Confederation of Motorcycle Clubs. They
Now,
got a
are they
website.
taking somebody from each MC in order to kind of fulfill that? Is it democracy?
the major clubs?
Yeah.
It's very democratic.
Okay.
So not to sidetrack, but just for continuity from the last episode and
Yeah.
this one. So the story that you guys are telling at the auditorium, is that the first time that you guys applied, or is that the second one that worked?
The first, well, it was so we had been there. We've been there a lot of times. We still go there today. Every couple months, there's a meeting. We go to it. You pay dues. It's an organization,
Yeah.
and no, so,
Union, so to speak.
yeah, no, man. The first time we went there, or not the first time we went there, but the first time we were eligible for a vote, they voted us down, and then afterwards, and that's when,
They fucking asked Mike.
So what does eligibility look like before you can stand up there? And
They have to know that you're a legitimate MC.
But what does that constitute, or what constitutes that?
They have to know you.
Okay.
They have to know you.
Just
Like you can't just,
you just
walk in.
You got to be there.
Yeah, you just got to be around.
Yeah. Okay.
You got to hang around, and you got to do things.
Okay.
And go be seen, and you know if
Earn
that's like a
respect type
chore,
thing.
if that's a fucking chore for a dude, then the MC
Then
world's
you're not. Yeah, you're
it's
not,
not
meant
for
for
you,
it.
man.
Automatically out. Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I don't want to go. Like, there's some dudes that we all know that they just don't want to be in a fucking MC. I see them at the bar, and it's like, hey, why don't you fucking eat? You know, guys are way into fucking bikes and shit, and they're just like, I just don't want to deal with that because you know they probably had a bad experience at some point with a family member or something that was in a club, and
Right.
and they saw it differently. And
I mean,
they
if
just,
I was a frogman, I would prospect with you guys, but
sorry, man.
hey, no worries. No worries at all.
No, you know. So, anyways, the thing is, man, I love the fucking community. I love the fucking world. Bro, it's nationwide, man. So, we've had, you know, I've stood up and said at the meetings before about some shit that was going on that we did not support, that it looked like it was kind of aligned with the Frogmen MC because it was like a motorcycle event that used like frogmen in it. And I get a fucking call from the president like, hey man, is this your thing? It's like, no, it ain't our fucking thing. And I'd like to talk about it at the next meeting because, you know, then you go in, you have the meeting, and you know, I let everyone know, hey, these fucking guys, they're not with our fucking club. We don't support it. We wish they weren't calling it this. We wish they were calling it something else. Across the fucking nation, all the fucking clubs are like, hey, don't fucking go to that event. Don't go to that event. Don't go to that event.
Yeah.
So it's all
Bro,
the people
so
we need to
you
know.
weed 'em
so,
out.
Yeah.
So they fucking all the clubs, man, in San Diego especially, we're great. I mean, all the clubs support one another. So if there's something, you know, if like a fucking ship burns or something like that one did, you know, like the Marines MC, who's a great club. We're super tight with them. No, you know, they're friends. And they're like, hey man, we got some guys that are on this fucking ship. They got all their shit burnt. They need some clothes. You know, we got together and had a clothes drive.
Fundraising event. Yeah,
So we
clothing drive.
we took fucking socks and
Free
towels
chaps.
and
Only assless.
yeah.
It
But
is
no,
the Marine Corps.
But no, it was funny. It was funny,
Definitely
Ryan,
Navy.
because when the club started up, there's a lot of fucking apprehension. Like there was a lot of guys that were like, I don't know if I want to be a part of that. Like, and we're like, well, fuck it, then don't. You know,
Yeah.
you wouldn't make it. You know, we're not going to bring you on board anyhow.
Yeah.
And but then yeah, we brought on Mike, and it was the funniest shit. Like we said in the thing last night. You know, when they fucking brought Mike up there, and they're like, "Would you bleed for your patch?" And he's just like, "If it comes to that, you know, that kind of thing." You could have heard a fucking pin drop because everyone all of a sudden realized,
Quiet confidence.
oh, these
man.
guys are not fucking around. Like, because we would, man. I mean, like,
Yeah,
we'll
and
go,
you have.
we don't want to
Right.
go to war. That's not our fucking jam at
Yeah.
all.
But
we
we're
don't,
damn good at it.
but we're good at it. But
Yeah.
we're fucking good at it. We can plan a fucking op and that kind of shit. So
Honestly, you guys would be the largest asset to any level of an MC because I've seen firsthand how they just go into this shit all wimbly-nimbly, like, you know, the casino shooting with HA. You know, it's like, if you were just to take a good tactical pause and let's treat this like an op order. If we want something accomplished and we do this, I guarantee it'll be successful. And there's not going to be collateral damage. There's not going to be any of this bullshit. Just what is needed to happen will happen.
Yeah.
Because you guys don't fail.
yeah, we try not to. But no, man, it's a good club. You know, our whole thing is just keeping the brotherhood alive, keeping us connected. If you're a motorcycle dude and you're not fucking prospecting for the club, then I don't know what's wrong with you. Like, we're not going out. We're not fucking running drugs. And
So what does
drafting
prospecting
people.
look like
Whoa,
for
you're not
your
running
club?
drugs? Fucking right.
Lame.
Yeah, well, I didn't say that we weren't doing drugs.
Too fucking vanilla for me.
We buy them, man. We do it the legal way.
It's just too vanilla for me.
And you know we're also we ride at a lot of funerals. Like anytime a team guy around here dies, or the East Coast, or Texas, or fucking New England, like, you know, we have chapters.
How many
across-
chapters do you have?
Well, we have our biggest chapters here in San Diego and then in Virginia Beach.
Yeah,
for
obviously.
obvious reasons.
Yeah.
But then we have, we have a Texas chapter, and then we have Florida, and I mean the bigger states. We have, a few chapters.
You know what I'd love is to potentially get you guys to do a ride for the C4 paddle out.
Bring it.
That'd be really cool.
It's
yeah.
literally from Silver Strand to McPee's.
Do it.
But
Tell me.
Maybe
We'll do
up
it.
and down Orange.
Let me know, man. We're on.
That would be awesome, man. I think it'd be a good showing.
Yeah, no, man. We always go to the reunions and that kind of shit. We August 2nd. It'll be August 2nd this year. We always do a remembrance memorial kind of thing for Extortion 17.
Yeah.
This year, we're gonna do it down at the Yale Plank Inn here in IB.
I've never
Yeah.
heard of it. Is
No,
that
you
a
never
big team
been
guy
there?
bar?
Yeah, there may have been a team guy there once or twice. No, so we'll go down there and do that, and we take that money and we donate it to. I think this year we're gonna probably give like whatever our proceeds are. If we make any fucking money, it's all about people showing up, right?
Mm.
The more people that show up, so show up if you're listening to this podcast right now. Show the fuck up. The money is going to go to the Jason and Ray Workman Foundation. He was one of the dudes that died on that op, and to the families.
Is there a
So we
website or something where people can get involved or?
It's kind of a cash basis thing. We are a 501c. The Frogmen MC, we're a 501c3. So we are a charitable organization that you can donate to, and we'll give you a tax write-off. I mean,
Is there a website for it, or like how do people?
it'll be on our
cash,
yeah. Go to frogmenmc.com.
Cool.
And
There you
and
go.
you can look at our events page, and
I'll check it out.
we're actually currently today we're in the middle of getting everything finalized. So we sell swag and shit like that.
Well, if you guys need help, I know a swag maker, and I'm a graphic designer by trade.
Well, I think we talked to you in the early stages.
But
yeah,
he
we
was
did.
too
We
expensive.
did, well, we
Probably.
did some shirts for him, but then we're doing fulfillment. But we're too expensive for fulfillment because
Yeah. We
It wasn't
have
the
that
volume,
kind of
yeah.
lined
Yeah.
up now. We got a pretty
guess.
decent deal going now, man. So yeah, we have a dude in Texas. He wrote 1,000 Deadly Skills or whatever the fuck. You know,
Oh, yeah.
oh
you know
yeah,
Clint?
I know
Dude,
Clint Emerson.
solid guy. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
so-
awesome.
I know Clint well.
Yeah, he's my national secretary.
Is he? Yeah,
Yeah,
dude,
so-
Clint's a
yeah,
good
he's a
dude.
cool dude.
No, he's
Yeah.
a great dude, man.
Yeah,
he's
he's a
super
cool
cool.
dude.
Actually, when Mike died, we had to get Mike, he died. He had ridden
Grab
to
me
the
one of
wall.
these? Thanks.
He in the Vietnam Wall. He had hung out with the guys out there on the East Coast, and then he went to his family's house in Ohio, and then he
Was
died.
Mike Martin in Vietnam?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, he
Yeah.
Oh
was.
shit!
Come
Yeah.
on, bro.
Yeah.
You didn't.
Bro, I don't
yes,
know.
Sorry. Yeah, no,
I know
he-
some of the lore, but not all the lore.
Yeah, well,
Him
yes.
and Kirby were in the same
Yeah,
platoon.
yeah. No, Mike is fucking dude. He told me one of the funniest fucking stories. I got to tell you this story before I dip out. He was in Vietnam. They went up the river in a fucking boat. He's a little guy. He wasn't a big dude, and but they dressed him up like in they put like a gunny sack over him or some shit like that, and they went up on this river op, and they had to go make contact with whoever, and they said, fucking, if you hear any gunfire, get the fuck out, right? So he's sitting in the boat. They're up on the dock. There's a fucking VC standing right in front of him. And he said that they started hearing gunfire, and he went ahead and he fucking shot this dude, and he shot him in the head. He has a headshot. He just fucking pulled up his whatever he's shooting, fucking blasted him in the
Probably
head.
fucking Thompson.
He got home. They got back. They were on the Delta, right? They're on Sea Float Command.
Mekon.
And he said that he was looking at his he said that what he recognized about this dude was he had a fucking Rhodesian kid on, and he goes, he told me, he goes, man, I really like that shit. It looked really cool. I really wanted it, because they're wearing their fucking shit on their belt.
Yeah,
LBV.
old school
Vietnam,
hipster, yeah.
fucking yeah. He said, I really wanted that fucking thing. And he said that anyways, he shoots this fucking guy in the head. They make it back to Sea Float, and he's looking at his gear, and he's got a piece of skull, and he shot the guy in the head, and the fucking some of the skull flew onto him. And he told me a story about how he went into the chow hall, and he's like, hey man, you want something? And it still had hair on it and shit, and handed it to one of his buddies, and his buddy's like, what the fuck is that?
That's necklace material.
He's
man.
like, yeah, it's some guy's skull that I just shot. He's like, oh fuck. He kept it. He kept a piece of skull.
yeah.
Damn.
And
That's some cool
and
Vietnam
a
shit.
fuck and
That's
a
a cool
week
keychain.
and a fucking week later, they had some Vietnam fucking VC, or not VC, but some dudes that were helping him out. They came into I think the chow hall again. I think that's where they hung out all the time. And they're like, "Hey, Mr. Mike, your friend is here. Your friend is here." And he's like, "What the fuck are you talking? My friend is here." And they're like, "Yeah." And they took him outside to the barge, and up to the barge, a body had floated, and the dude's head was fucking blown off,
fuck, dude.
and he was fucking wearing that Rhodesian
He's
gear.
like, finally, I get this. Unbuckle.
Did he take it?
Well, no, actually, no, he didn't. He actually, they grabbed a little boat and they put this fucking, well, maybe they tied up to the guy or whatever. They took him over and they buried him. They fucking buried him. He took his skull and he fucking threw it back. He threw it in the hole with him.
Oh shit!
He's like, hey, you know, let him do his thing, you know.
Yeah.
So wait, you still don't got a Rhodesian basket?
No,
I know, seriously.
yeah, sorry, that's too bad.
You
Isn't
should
it?
get a bit of kit for fun.
But no, I just thought that was a fucking funny story. Like,
That's awesome.
Because I remember.
like a dude that you shot like a week earlier now shows up at your front door.
Somehow
It's God's will.
rolls
here.
into the
That's where
river.
it comes up.
He's looking for his skull.
Inshallah, man. So, anyways, yeah, the club is you know, we're growing. We're trying to help out, and we're, you know, just trying to get along with dudes and fucking help guys that need the help, man. Because so many dudes, we all know them, you know. Like I got a fucking thing on my phone, like guys that are fucking, you know, shot themselves in
Do
the
you have a
fucking
list?
head. I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
I
in my notes on my phone, man. I can
I-
go through it right now.
I
It's
thought
all
about
fucking-
keeping one, and I just didn't know.
It's long, bro.
It's
fucking
long.
long.
And
Probably
you
around
order
30 to
every
40.
fucking day.
Matt
Yeah.
Lenning used to have the guys tattooed on him, but then
You
the list
ran out
got
of
so
room.
long he probably
Like ran out of room.
Yeah, exactly, dude.
Yeah, Matt's a good fucking dude.
He's awesome. So I remember Martin's funeral. I didn't know him well, only from lore, because I checked into the team and he was already gone, but I heard about him a lot. And dudes are getting like you guys getting tattooed from down at Flesh.
Yeah, all this
Graphics.
shit's from Mike.
Yeah,
That's
it's
my
just
second tattoo was this Team 5.
Yeah.
And that was when I think it was in 04.
Yeah, he was a
2004,
legendary
my
guy.
second tattoo.
The reason I liked Mike, man, is because when I was a fucking pretty new guy, man, and I was in Guam, he gave me a tattoo of a trident on my ankle, and I just remember he fucking, you know, he was so fucking nice to me, and he didn't treat me like a piece of shit.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, you're fucking rad, man. Yeah, he came up with all this shit.
He's such a
That's
good
cool.
dude, man.
Yeah.
He was
Yeah.
like
and he
legitimately.
gave you a Rolex.
And he gave me his
Yeah,
fucking Rolex, bro. This tattoo.
ass.
Yeah, man. It's,
$8 of ink.
I was like, hey, man, I
Not an
need a-
$8,000 Submariner.
I said, I want to get a timepiece. You know, this whole fucking thing is like sand. It's breaking through the hourglass, and it's just
Yeah.
fucking traveling down. That's a map of Iraq.
Like
Dig it.
sand
And I love how you have your
30 hours.
MGRS coordinates on there.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
no, this is all fucking.
I don't read that long shit like these fucking boat guys. I'm
Yeah.
like, why is there 30 numbers in this? Can I just get a 10-digit grid?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. No, man. But yeah, at his funeral, we are talking about it earlier. And fucking,
Yeah,
we're
remember-
talking about Chris Beck.
Dude, so I remember.
Oh, yes, please.
So I didn't know Martin well, but I remember showing up with the team, and there are certain guys that they're living legends in the team, and there are living legends like outside the team that are still alive, but they're doing other shit, right? So Mike was one of these dudes. So I didn't know him. I don't think I ever talked to him, but I had heard about this guy. He's been a part of the Team Guy legacy for
Fucking ever.
yeah, basically. And so he died, and I'm like, dude, I didn't know him, and I felt kind of weird showing up at his funeral, but I'm like, dude, I just out of respect, I'm like, dude, I want to, you know, I think this is pretty
He was a
fucking
legend,
cool.
so you
He's a
kinda had
legend.
to show up.
I had-
You were in the
I-
teams at the
right, I
time
feel like,
Martin
yeah.
died, you had to be.
I mean,
Yeah, so I
honestly,
felt
you
like
kind of,
I-
if you're a dead guy, when I'm dead, if I have strangers that show up to my funeral,
Yeah.
like, that's sick.
Yeah.
You know, like, and I get
Sick
it,
in
right?
a good way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because when I do it with
Not like COVID
with the
sick.
C4 Foundation and the paddle out, like I was never fortunate enough to know C4, Charlie Keating the fourth. But to your point, if there's strangers showing up at your funeral, that must mean you did something right in life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was,
that's-
yeah, it was
No,
cool.
there was a big turnout for his funeral. A lot of respect was given.
Yeah, sorry. I remember showing up, and I felt kind of out of place because I'm like, yeah, I'm a team guy, but like, I didn't really know the guy. I just showed up because like
Yeah.
I've heard about him. He's a legend, so I'm like, pay respects and everything. So there's two stages to it. So I went to the funeral parlor, and people were speaking. And I remember talking to you and Gut and Joel outside, and just kind of chatting, whatever. And then it seemed, because I'm not in the motorcycle community at all, but it seemed odd that Beck showed up, and he showed up with his tits and
Yep.
everything on a
Yep.
mule,
Yep.
and instantly started.
Kristen?
Yeah. So I don't know. I've never met the dude. I don't know anything about the motorcycle community, but for me, it seems super odd where he came in, he instantly started to like, and I'll tell the story and correct me where I'm wrong on this, but
Yeah.
what I saw was that he was very trying to make it about him.
The Chris Beck show, bro.
Yeah, and everybody's said their piece at the main funeral, and then the procession led out to Miramar went over to Miramar at the gravesite, and it seemed like he was trying to lead the pack with his fucking mule and his tits and shit, and he was like hopping up. He was being like a center of attention bitch this whole thing. I'm like, bro, you're not. This is the motorcycle club dude, and you're on a motorcycle trying to lead the
On
fucking
a
pack.
mule.
Yeah. No, man. The fucking thing is, we met at FSG. The club did. We waited on his wife Gail and the family, and we escorted them to the home where the funeral was at. But when we're in fucking the parking lot of FSG, fucking Chris Beck and his two tranny friends fucking show up, and he's wearing his fucking leather cut with no sleeves, all this, and they fucking cruise by, and then they come back around, they pull into the fucking parking lot, and I'm like, I don't know who Chris Beck is, and I go, who the fuck is that? And they're like, that's fucking Chris Beck, he's a fucking tranny, and I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? What the fuck is he doing here? And they're like, I don't fucking know. And I told
for the fucking
I
limelight.
told Dave, I said, get him the fuck out of here. Like, he ain't riding with us. Get him the fuck out of here. So he stopped, and with his two, and he had like a hot ass chick with him. I don't know if it's a dude or not, but if it's a dude, really fucking hot dude. I
Good
don't
job.
know. But anyways, man, we said,
Nice
fucking,
dong.
we said, fucking beat it. You ain't fucking riding with us, man. Get the fuck out of here.
Was
And
this
then-
before? Because he ended
This
up
was
going to the.
No, so
This
we-
is during mid-transition.
No, this is
Or
so. This
like,
is the
well-
very beginning. This is when we're waiting on the family to show up to FSG so we can escort them to the funeral home.
So he
We
ignored
went
you
to the
guys
funeral
and-
home. We got
So anyway, go ahead. Yeah.
no.
sorry.
So we got to the we say get the fuck out of here. You can't ride with us. He splits with his two people. We get to the funeral home, and as soon as I'm fucking putting my kickstand down, someone comes up to me and tells me that, hey man, fucking Beck is here, and I'm like, well, he ain't fucking going inside. Get him the fuck out of here. And so they made him stay outside
Mm.
during the funeral. And then after the funeral service, which was, whatever, horrible. Then we fucking go to Miramar to put him in the ground or to do the service there, and we fucking show up, and the motherfucker is down there front and center. Like, they left the funeral home early, and they got to the fucking burial site where we did that fucking thing. And that's when I was like, I told Dave.
So,
Bones, yeah.
So I remember because I want to tell the story from my perspective, and
Yeah.
I personally just want to hear your
Yeah.
insight on this. So what I saw was like a bunch of team guys, very very reverent, experience, and the normal, like everybody's out there and everybody shows up, and we're in, you meet a bunch of team guys you haven't seen in years, and you're catching up with them. And then I remember. It was just weird the way that he was trying to insert himself all the time and all the shit. And then I remember you guys circling up around him.
Yep.
And then him being like, I remember this motherfucker all pissy trying to fucking do a wheelie out of the parking lot, but he couldn't quite get it.
Oh,
He's like,
no.
"Meh," with his tits out and everything. He's trying to fucking like do a wheelie out of there. He just looked like such a fucking bitch. I'm like, I always wondered what the conversation was.
Well, the conversation. So, so Dave, he's my fucking, he's my heavy, right? Like and he had a cast on his fucking foot, and
Hopefully the left one.
I don't remember. No, it was
Either way, it's
I
hard
don't-
to
yeah,
shift with the
yeah,
cast in
Fucking,
your-
I don't know. He still did it. He made the whole ride with the cast.
Strong
on his foot.
toes.
No, man, it was
Jockey.
so Chris
Jockey
fucking
shift.
Beck or Kristen or whatever the fuck he goes by now. Yeah, he shows
think
up.
he's back
and
to
again,
Chris.
he's got
He
a
is.
fucking he's got a vest on, sleeveless. He's got this fucking blush on that's
Who's
just,
wearing fucking makeup?
he's wearing fucking makeup, bro. Lipstick,
Oh my god.
fucking long ponytail, And that's why it's just like,
Was he
dude,
hot?
look, this is a fucking funeral, bro. This
No.
ain't
It's
ain't
gonna
some
photo
fucking.
op, dude.
It's not a weirdo convention, man.
Yeah.
And so again, we told him to fucking get the fuck out of. You're not riding with us here. And then he shows up to the funeral home, and I said, you ain't fucking. Make sure you don't go inside there. And then he goes to the fucking actual funeral to Miramar.
Yeah.
And Bones went up and fucking gave him the what for. And he said, listen, because we got there before everyone else. And him and his two fucking friends are hanging out there. And Bones just went up to him and said, bro, I'm not going to tell you again. I've told you fucking twice already. Get the fuck out of here. You're not welcome. We don't fucking want you here. If you don't leave now, I'm going to kick your fucking ass.
Rip your dick off, make you real tranny.
That's it. And then he split. And then he had
Yeah.
all these fucking things on social media.
I know.
About
I read all about it.
Frogmen, and he's talking in his
Oh,
fucking
God.
stupid
That's
voice.
what this was about.
And he's like, my brothers,
remember all
my
this.
brothers don't want me to be a part. Mike was my brother. I want to fucking beat his ass for that.
I heard
Look,
Mike hated the guy.
No, I don't know if he hated him.
Mike
I don't.
hated him, no.
I don't
See,
think Mike
didn't-
hated anyone. I
Mike
think he
didn't give a
thought-
shit about. I made Chief the same year as Chris Beck.
Yeah.
Right, and fucking and Mike knew him. We were, it's just he had no connection to Mike other than fucking he was a team guy and he tried to fuck up Mike's funeral. But you guys should.
So that was
going to
be my question. Was right in plain devil's advocate here was at the time was Kristen there to pay respects or make it the Kristen show, and also if it is paying respects, then you better have a relationship with the individual that you're putting in.
He's an
fucking dirt.
opportunistic bitch, dude.
Yeah.
There you
well,
go. Yeah.
everybody in the teams has a relationship with Mike Martin. If you met him at all, because
Right.
dude,
Yeah.
you will never forget him the day you met him.
I never met the
Fucking
guy.
amazing guy.
Well, because the
Seriously.
topic came up last night where when Chris was Chris and a team guy, there was everyone loved him as a team guy.
No one did.
No?
That's a fucking lie.
I don't know that. I never knew the
Are
fuck.
you talking about Chris?
Yeah, well,
No, he
Beck.
was a mild team guy. He's the kind of team guy that maybe the 10% should have made it through Buzz. I don't know. I wasn't his Buzz. But the fucking guy, he was a mild guy. He's just a fucking dude like, there's some team guys are very aggressive. Some guys are fucking switched on and hot. He's not that guy. He's a guy, he's going to find the way to do, I can do Photoshop for you guys, whatever. He's that guy.
Well, he also
You know?
claims Deverett, but he never went through.
No, he was a fucking...
He was an
Well, that was another thing I was going to ask
He was
is
a tech. From what I understand,
I did
he
hear
was
Deverett.
he was a
UAV,
tech at
UAV
Deverett.
from what
He
I
never
understand.
went through Green Team. He wasn't an operator. He was a tech
He was
attached to
direct
Deverett.
support.
Yeah, which is basically the same as being a regular Navy dude attached to.
Right.
So I
Deverett.
did a platoon with Chris. So Chris was my platoon chief at 5 in the 2000. Fuck, what deployment was it?
Was he your sea daddy? He was your sea mommy?
No. So this was fuck. Was
Yeah.
it Bravo?
Well, we gotta show it because he's got to head out. So
okay.
Yeah, I
I
gotta
was
get the
gonna
fuck
say.
out of here, man.
Yep.
I'm
All right.
happy to come back anytime. I got a million other stories I'd love to tell you.
You make it
Yeah,
all the way
but-
down here?
what if we? Because I kind of want to hear this. I kind of want to hear the story too.
I know.
What if we wrap this up
Yeah.
with Billy, and then I do want to hear the end of the story too. But Billy, thank you. I know we're already over time. Dude,
Yeah, it's
thank you so much for coming on.
Yeah.
And
Absolute boss.
are there any websites or Instagram
Should you
handles
go
or
to plug?
anything that we could?
No,
hopefully-
man, I don't really do that. I kind of dropped off social media.
Nambla.
What's your OnlyFans?
My OnlyFans is Big Black Cock 3.
Oh, we know that's a lie.
Froggy's flying
It's
toes.
0-3.
No,
walk on
man.
walls with these
No, I appreciate it, man. This is great. This is just a fun fucking time.
Well, you got to come on again, man. Like
And-
this has been
You,
super.
you don't
Yeah,
mind
dude,
the token
I-
army, dude?
yeah, I like talking to Army dudes. I got to call my buddy that I let you listen to yesterday when he called in.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
that's
the
Cletus?
Southern dude. Yeah.
Cletus.
Oh, no.
Yeah, no, it's been a lot of fun, man. You guys, I wish you nothing. You're gonna have huge success, man. I mean, I know that guys have talked about this kind of shit for. It'd be fucking fun to do something not so serious, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
And
Consistency is accuracy.
and just understand like the mentality that comes along with war fighters, be it Army or fucking Navy or
Yeah.
whatever, is it's a unique thing, man. But none of us showed up here. You didn't show up on your first day of training the person you are today.
No.
All those
yeah.
experiences made you who you are
Yeah.
today.
I was a big
Oh,
dork.
Sure.
and
Now I'm a bigger dork.
and it, I think it's very interesting, man, to see the the evolution of a human being, whoever it is. You know, Monty Treeside has always said everyone's got a fucking story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
We need to have
it doesn't
that
matter
fucker
if you're a
on, too.
fucking hobo living out on the street behind McDonald's or if you're the president of the United States, man. Everyone's got
Right.
a fucking story. And if you listen, which you guys are really good at because I've been running my suck this entire time.
I love it, man.
That's
Dude,
why you're here. You're the
thank,
guest.
thank you for coming on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
I'm
And,
bummed you got to head out so soon.
I
but
am
dude,
bummed
you
too,
got, you
man.
gotta come
No
on.
worries,
well,
bud.
I got to go, bro. Cancer calls.
No worries.
Yeah.
Oh my
No
God.
worries.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you.
All right. Out.
Thanks, Billy.